Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Celtics with their backs against the wall, down 2-0, going to Miami. Must-win game for Boston as the Heat look to take a commanding 3-0 series lead here in the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm Will Scott, joined by Nic Rohloff. We want to know, where are you watching from? We got Brian Gonzalez in the chat, Retro Sports, Nick, Jordan Hernandez, Matthew Wright, Aiden Pierce, Iced Jordan. Brian Gonzalez is in Miami Lakes. You love to see it. Retro, where are you at, man?
Yeah, Retro,
Aiden Pierce, let us know. Where are you watching from?
We got Matthew in Pittsburgh. Interesting.
I love Pittsburgh. Love Pittsburgh. I've been to Pittsburgh several times. Have you ever been to Pittsburgh?
I have once.
Underrated city. I have very much enjoyed Pittsburgh.
How many cities are you going to call underrated, though? That's what I want to know.
A lot.
Okay.
With the broadcast history that I have, I've been fortunate to go a lot of places. Riley Shea, Oak Hill.
They at the golf tournament today.
They're at the golf tournament? Shout out Brooks Koepka winning me a couple $100 with that win. Cheers to Brooks Koepka, and cheers to Michael Block for that hole-in-one. We have Shea in San Diego. I love San Diego, Shea. Coronado Island, shout out. I'm not going to call that city underrated because it gets a fair amount of hype.
Attention.
It gets its attention.
Absolutely
I
has
love
the
San
attention
Diego.
it
It's one of
needs.
my favorite cities in America, but people know that it's a great city, so no need to call it underrated. Let us know where you're watching from. We got about 20 minutes before tip. Celtics and Heat. Are you surprised, Nick, that the Celtics are a 4-point favorite here tonight?
It is this constant disrespect to the Miami Heat. And this is why I get so fired up during these games, if you've tuned in through the first two games of this series, because I don't think the Heat are getting the respect they deserve. I mean, listen, I'm going to call a spade and say I have not been the biggest supporter of this current roster this past year. I thought they underachieved coming off the number one seed in the Eastern Conference Finals last year, and then they lost in that Eastern Conference Finals to the Celtics. They come back, have a mediocre season. Sure, there were some injuries along the way, but I was very critical of this roster, Pat Riley not making enough moves at the trade deadline. But now you have to take what the Heat are doing at face value, and what they are doing is playing like the best, probably the second best team in these playoffs behind the Denver Nuggets, and the Heat are constantly getting disrespected by Vegas, by ESPN, by everyone. Celtics 4-point favorites in Game 3 on the road after they just lost both at home to Miami. I think it's disrespectful. I hope Miami sees that line, takes it as disrespect, and goes out there and wins a third straight game.
I hope Jimmy Butler doesn't see that they're the underdogs again.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to give him any added motivation. And Nick, this Heat team, 2 comebacks in the first 2 games. They're down 12 in the second half, I should say, early on in the third quarter. Game 1, they come back and win that game. And then Game 2, they're down 12 in the fourth quarter. They come back and win because Grant Williams poked the freaking bear.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the Heat have kind of been comeback kids in this playoff run. I mean, you look at against in the Milwaukee series. Game 1, they won. Sure, they kind of dominated that one throughout. Game 2, they got smoked. Game 3, they dominated throughout. Game 4, they come back from double digits at home against Milwaukee to go up 3-1. And then obviously in Milwaukee, in the elimination game that was Game 5, they were down 16 entering the fourth quarter and ended up winning in overtime. And you saw what they did against the Knicks, and you've seen what they've done in both games 1 and 2 against the Celtics. The Heat, as long as they're not down by 20-plus entering the fourth quarter, Jimmy Butler and the other dogs in that locker room will believe they got a shot.
I think if you're the Celtics, and I'll talk about this in a second with my keys, but you got to set the tone early. If you get down here early, it's not going to be pretty, I don't think. And I told you earlier today when we first got in here, I said that we're going to find out in the first quarter if this Celtics team showed up or not.
Yeah.
And they have no other option. They have to show up early in this game or the series is over and the season is over. But let's put it this way. If the Miami Heat have a double-digit lead early in this game, curtains. Might as well end the stream. It's over. Might as well shut down the channel. Season's over. We're not going to shut down the channel. That's a complete joke. We're going to have you covered in the offseason. But it's not going to be pretty, I don't think, in this game. But a lot of people believe and I'm not buying into this because I heard it after Game 1. A lot of people believe the Celtics should win tonight by double digits, but you also heard that for Game 2. You're playing in Miami. The Heat have not lost at home these playoffs, correct? So it's going to be very difficult to go in.
I will say, though, Will, the Lakers were undefeated in the playoffs, and that streak got snapped yesterday, so it is possible that the Heat streak gets snapped. Certainly hope not on my end, though.
It'd be wild if we saw 2 sweeps here in the conference finals. I think we were expecting both of these series to be very competitive. And look, the Celtics can still get back in the series.
Well, if we do get a sweep, we will have 1 week in between the NBA finals, I believe.
Is that weird? They're not going to move it up?
No, because it's a hard set date, and let me make sure.
Why is it a hard set date? It's not like you have a venue like in
No, I know.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like the Super Bowl where you have got to have it preset.
Yeah, so Game 1 is Thursday, June 1st, no matter what. So, I mean, listen, if the Heat sweep, that means series is over Tuesday. For the Nuggets, it'd be over Monday. So they'd actually
That'd be great for the NHL.
They'd get a week and a half.
Be great for hockey fans.
And prepare for a potential Nuggets Heat finals. But listen, that's a little bit down the road. We've got a big-time pivotal Game 3 today between the Heat and Celtics. This series is not even close to being over just yet. So people in the comment section, let us know who you got in Game 3. MIA for the Heat, BOS for the Celtics. Let us know. We'll give some shout-outs in the comment section.
We got Ice Jordan watching from Massachusetts. Let us know. Who do you got in this game? It's Game 3. Ice Jordan feeling confident in the Celtics. I know Retro and Brian Gonzalez are going with the Miami Heat. Let us know, who do you got in this game? Must-win game for Boston. You know, what's interesting, Rolly, is Charles Barkley said this before the game, and as you noted to me before we got in there, there's a lot of people saying this. Some people are saying this is a must-win game for Miami. I don't agree with that, but just your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I don't think it's completely must-win, but I do think there is a level of correctness in that statement. And I say that because you have a chance here after taking both games on the road, if you're the Miami Heat, to put your foot down, and I'll talk about this in my keys to victory as well, step on their throats and completely end this series if you go up 3-0. Because there has not been one team in NBA history to come back from a 3-0 deficit in a 7-game series. So you practically end this series with a win tonight. But if the Celtics are able to win and the Heat let this opportunity slip through their hands, well, that means the Celtics have some momentum. And next thing you know, Game 4 can easily be a game where the series gets tied again and the Celtics regain home court advantage. So I do get it to a degree where the Heat, with home court advantage fully on their side, need to win this game to just completely end all hope of Boston coming back. Now, is there a chance the Celtics could come back down 3-0? Probably, because they're the most talented team, but history favors the Miami Heat on that side. But I think it could be labeled as a must-win. I'm not going to go home and cry if the Heat don't win, but I will say it would be feeling like you let one really get away from you if you lose this game.
All the pressure is on Boston tonight. All the pressure's on Boston. You could have said that Game 2 as well, that same statement. But you certainly have a lot of pressure on the Celtics team. The Heat, they're playing loose. They're playing confident. They've had more role players step up in the series. Jimmy Butler looked unstoppable down the stretch there against Grant Williams in Game 4. Game 2, excuse me. I'm curious to see the role that Grant Williams plays tonight. If he does play, I wouldn't put him on Jimmy Butler. That's for sure. I mean, you can make an argument that Grant Williams lost the Celtics that game poking the bear. Here is our Super Chat menu. Any Super Chat will shout you out. $5 for a beer cheers. Rolly and I have had to wait till halftime the last 2 games to crack open these Coors Lights. Let's try to get that done earlier. $10 to enter our Real One shirt raffle. Here's what that shirt looks like. A lot of different colors to choose from as well. So if you're a Heat fan, you can get a red one. Celtics fan, you can get a green one. If you're supporting Chat Sports, you'll want to enter this raffle here by Super Chatting. $10 gets you, and we got to get the $50 total in Super Chats for it to happen, though.
Yeah, and that was the key point I wanted to make sure everyone knew. $50 in total is when the raffle can actually be raffled, if that makes any sense. But $10 will get you in that as long as we cross $50. And $20 Super Chat tequila shot. And we might actually have some free tequila shots along
Yes.
the road tonight if we hit in certain milestones.
If you hit 600 subscribers, right, and I hit 16,000, free tequila shots. We're 200 away on Celtics from that milestone.
Yeah.
So be sure to subscribe and tell your friends. 200. That's a pretty big milestone. 16,000. Trying to get there by the end of the night. That is the goal. And look, I hope the offseason doesn't start in the next week. But either way, we're certainly going to have you covered during the offseason. It's going to be an eventful offseason here. We're going to have you covered here with Celtics news and rumors. They're interviewing a Florida Panthers player. They're also up 2-0 over in the NHL. Yeah. It's been a heck of a couple months for South Florida.
I believe Tkachuk is how you say it, but he is really good friends with Jayson Tatum. They went to the same high school.
Yeah, I saw a picture of them, yeah.
Also, him and Jimmy Butler have got a little close as well. Jimmy Butler, before Game 2, was rocking the Florida Panthers Tkachuk jersey ahead of Game 2 for the Heat, but obviously both teams lead 2-0, so big-time South Florida sports energy going on right now. We mentioned the milestone for the Celtics report on deck. Also here at the Heat report, we're 10 subscribers away from 600. Our goal for tonight's live stream is to get to 700, but I have been doing this we've only been live for about a week now as a channel, but every time we get 100 subscribers on a live, I'll take a shot tequila. So we're really close to a free shot tequila. 7 subscribers away now. We're at 593.
By the way, in the Celtics stream, 51% of people are taking the Heat to win this game tonight.
Wow, Celtics
fans not optimistic. So my gut feeling is the Celtics win this game. I think the Celtics are going to win this game tonight. We'll see. But it's going to definitely take these things to happen. Here are my keys to victory. You have got to set the tone in this basketball game. You have got to start fast, because if the Heat, if they get out to an early double-digit lead, the season, it might be over. You've got to set the tone. Start fast in this basketball game. Don't let the Heat dictate things, especially early on. Number 2, less of Al Horford, more of Robert Williams. Bam has absolutely dominated Al Horford in this series. It's been embarrassing. I mean, Al Horford obviously has been a great player for a long time, but he's no match for Bam Adebayo. You absolutely have got to play more Robert Williams against Bam specifically, but Robert Williams not starting for the first time in the series tonight. Number 3 is ball movement, especially early on last game and down the stretch in the fourth as well. There was too many possessions for Boston where Marcus Smart was dribbling it around for 22 seconds and then passed it, and you don't get a good shot off. Too many bad shots, more ball movement. That's something Miami's done much better in the series. Number 4, Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown stepping up in the fourth quarter. That is not something we've seen in the series. In fact, Jayson Tatum has not made one field goal in the fourth quarter this series. Jaylen Brown has struggled overall in the series. His plus-minus was horrendous. Those two have got to get it going early and continue to keep it going all 4 quarters. Number 5, my X factor for tonight is Derek White. We've seen some role players from Miami step up. Gabe Vincent down the stretch last game. Caleb Martin the last 2 games especially has really been an X factor for this Heat team. Can Derek White kind of be the dark horse X factor here for Boston? He is getting the start tonight. I think he's going to have a pretty big night, Rolly.
Yeah, and for the Miami Heat side of things, my keys to victories for Miami, and it starts with the Heat depth dominating again. I said it in our preview, and I got clowned in the comment section. People saying, the Heat are the deeper team? What are you talking about? The Celtics have the 6th man of the year. Sure, the Celtics have the 6th man of the year, but they only have 2 or 3 guys that really come off the bench and contribute. You saw it in Game 2. The Heat have Caleb Martin off the bench, dropped 25, Duncan Robinson off the bench with 15, and then you also add guys like Cody Zeller and Kyle Lowry, and now you're really cooking with gas. So who is going to be the role player off the bench, or whether it be one of Gabe Vincent or Max Strus, to make the difference for the Miami Heat once again? Those 2 games, each day, someone on the bench has led the way for the Heat in that middle part of the game. Caleb Martin, Game 2. Kyle Lowry, Game 1. Let's see who does it, Game 3. Jimmy stays being Jimmy, man. Game 1 was an absolute menace. 35 points, 6 steals. Game 2 was a little slow. Didn't look like himself, to be in all honesty, but dominated that fourth quarter once he got fired up from Grant Williams. Let's see if Jimmy Butler remains being the dominant Jimmy Butler we've seen all postseason long and, quite frankly, been the best player in these 2023 NBA playoffs. The Heat's got to continue to shoot the 3 well. Game 1, they shot 43% from 3. Game 2, they shot 34.6%. If they can continue to shoot 36+% from 3-point range, space out that Celtics half-court defense, which is very good, I think the Heat will be in another good position to win this ball game. And you got to limit one of the Jays, whether it be Jayson Tatum or Jaylen Brown. In Game 1, Jaylen Brown stunk. In Game 2, Jaylen Brown stunk. Tatum got his, but if you limit one of them, one could go for 30-35, but if the other one goes for 15-20 on inefficient shooting, then you're going to be in a good spot. So if you limit one of the 2 Jays, one of the 2 Boston Celtics superstars to an inefficient 24 and lower point game, you'll be sitting in a good spot. And my final key to victory, no mercy. I said it earlier in this stream, but I don't want to go out there. And I've seen Heat culture on Twitter, Heat Twitter, saying don't play with your meat. Don't do it. Go attack them. Put them out of their misery early, and let's go up 3-0 and have the Celtics fans crying on Twitter and their souls being snatched. That's what I want to see. Go smell the blood in the water and go take this series.
Nic Rohloff, I agree. I think that's what the Heat should have tonight. That should be their mentality. If you're the Celtics, like I said, you got to dictate the tone because I know Miami's going to be fired up. They're up 2-0. They're back here at home at the Kaseya Center. Is that correct?
Yep.
What is Kaseya, by the way?
Good question.
Okay.
I just know it's the name of the stadium.
It used to be the fraud
FTX
crypto.
Arena.
Yeah.
FTX. And then it went to Miami Dade Arena for a little bit, and then they got Kaseya back on board. Give me back American Airlines. Give me the AAA, baby.
Well, American Airlines is here in Dallas. American Airlines Center.
We're better. It was better in Miami.
Okay. That's fair. I mean, I'm not a Mavs fan, so you can say that.
If you're ready for Game 3, make sure you smash that like button. We got 10 likes on the Heat Report, 36 people watching. Can we at least get to 18? Let's get that 50% like rate going. And over on Celtics Today, we had 145 people currently watching, only 13 likes. That's embarrassing. Get to 70 and get that 50%
let's get to 70 likes here. The Celtics are going to lose. Don't jinx it because we did not get to 70 likes pregame last 2 games, and the Celtics lost. So let's get to 70 likes here. Let's get that 50% like rate. Like the video if you're ready for Game 3 to get started. The game is starting on TNT, so it will start on time.
Honestly,
ESPN,
TNT just
ESPN,
way better, man.
ESPN
way better.
would be starting 45 minutes late. We'd be here till midnight. TNT will probably tip off here in the next 5 minutes. Over 150 people watching on Celtics. Let's get to 70 likes. Hit that like button if you're ready to get started because the more people that like our video, the more people come across our stream. Last stream early got over 40,000 total views on Celtics. We had about, 3,000, 2,000 at least watching at one point.
The peak
it was pretty
was
wild.
About 2,100, I believe.
Yeah, it was over 2,000. So the more likes we get, the more people come across our stream, the more fun we have here. We appreciate the positive comments we got after the last game. Rolly was getting fired up down the stretch.
Yeah.
I was in shambles down the stretch. Because remember, every time Jimmy Butler got the ball and he was guarded by Grant Williams, I was like, no. I knew what was going to happen. I mean, it was so obvious what was about to happen.
Yeah, I said some things on that stream as well. I was going after the officials a little bit. I was going after Grant Williams. All in fun.
It was
good
the officials, just in general, these playoffs have been suspect.
We got Peg Leg in the comment section saying Celtics. Who you got in Game 3? Let us know. We got Music Matt saying H. Juan Herrera saying H. Brian Gonzalez saying Heat.
It's 50-50, by the way. 78 votes, 50-50 on the Celtics stream. Celtics fans not confident.
On the Heat Report side of things, not as many voters, but 91% in favor of the Heat.
Yep.
They are confident in their squad right now. And to be honest with you, why wouldn't they be? Retro Sports saying Heat. Dan McLeod saying 3-0. That's funny because if you don't know, ESPN gave the Heat a 3% chance to win this series coming into it. Absolute clown show over there at ESPN. Roblox Time says Celtics. Mario Robinson says Heat. It's a little split in the Celtics today.
Yeah, it's a little bit split.
You're not lying.
51%.
Now the Heat are favored in the poll.
51% are taking the Heat to win this. To win this game, not just to win the series, but to win this game.
Well, I mean, if you pick the Heat to win this game, you're essentially saying the Celtics have no chance to come back in the series as well.
Right.
So it is bad. We're almost close to tip-off, and I want to get the comment section absolutely flooded. A lot of activity before we tip off. So if you're ready for Game 3, type me. I want to see me spammed in both chats. We'll give as many shout-outs as possible as we're about a minute away from tip.
Miami skyline, man. Beautiful night in Miami.
Oh, I mean, when is it?
305. A lot of people in the Heat chat right now know that Miami does mean a lot to me. They do call me Willie Fins. So I want to get to Miami some point. I've been in a couple years. Beautiful, beautiful place.
We got Dan McLeod, Riley Shea, Retro Sports, 2 Days Info, GR Crushing Stuff, Matthew Sohm, Juan Herrera, Dan McLeod. All typing me's in the Heat report. Celtics today, no one's typed it. They just don't want it.
Come on.
They simply do not want it.
Still Rocks
They
33
do not want
typing
it.
those shamrock emojis. If you believe, type C's in the chat, type me in the chat. Just get the chat flowing. If you believe the Celtics can come back and win this series, in order to do that, you have got to win this basketball game tonight. Got to start fast. Rolly, I'm going to say this. If the Celtics get down 10 in the first quarter, I'm leaving. It's over. You can do the play-by-play.
It's going to be me by myself. We got Micah checking in from South's home. I don't know, Micah, where is that? Colorado? Love that. Love that. Something to note, we did mention it, but the Celtics make a change to their starting lineup. Derek White inserted into the starting lineup. Robert Williams will head to the bench, which is, as Will mentioned, very interesting since he's been the better big in the series compared to Al Horford. But here we go. We're about ready
Game
for
time.
tip.
Game
Big time,
time.
Game 3.
Game time.
Let's get it, fellas. Let's get it, baby. Let's go.
Here we go. Tip-off in Miami. Heat Celtics. Eastern Conference Finals Game 3. Heat lead 2-0. Must-win game for the Celtics, and they win the tip. Jaylen Brown will take it down. Got to have Brown hitting some shots here. He started 1 of 7 from the field last game. Marcus Smart has it. Between the legs dribble. Out to Derek White. Derek White takes it inside. White shot is off the side of the backboard, out of bounds, off of Boston. Miami ball. Not the start you're looking for here if you're the Celtics. Terrible shot from Derek White.
Derek White tried to take Max Strus off the bounce, and the Strus playing really good defense there early, forcing a tough shot. Rebound bad out of bounds by Horford. Here comes the Heat and Gabe Vincent. He'll dribble left. He'll now center. Looks to get it Kevin Love in the post. It is. Love fade away.
Man.
Good. And the Heat take advantage of Celtics going small with a post bucket over Marcus Smart.
Could this be the Kevin Love game, Rolly? We haven't really seen him explode here in this series. As Brown shoots a 3, that's off the mark. Put back, no good. Rebound, Bam.
Bam will push. It's a little 5-on-4 action. Jimmy Butler inside the Gabe Vincent. Out to Love. Kevin Love corner 3. Good. Kevin Love off to a 5-0 start himself. The Heat are rocking early.
I told you, if I'm looking for a player to break out here for the Heat, it is Kevin Love. We have not seen that yet. We've seen Martin. We've seen Vincent. We've seen a couple other guys. Jayson Tatum shoots a 3. That was a must-make. He got it to go.
Yeah, Tatum gets cooking early. That's a big-time shot. He's been really good in this series, just not so much in the fourth quarter. Here come the Heat. Jimmy Butler gets it to Bam in the right wing. Bam goes on Horford. Good D from Horford early. Bam gets by, left-handed layup. Good. The old man can't
Horford
guard Bam.
out of the game. Like we've seen this. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. It's not going to happen with Al Horford. Celtics miss a 3 with Derek White. He'd have the rebound.
Here comes Bam. Kevin Love brought down the board. White missing his second shot to start the game. Strus drives left, picks up his dribble. Kicks it back out to Kevin Love. Right back to Strus. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Strus pull up 3. No good.
That's
Tough
not a great shot. Not a great shot from Strus. He's been good. That was a bad shot. Jaylen Brown the rebound. Brown, he's in the paint. He drives. Layup is good. It was contested. Jaylen Brown cuts the deficit to 2.
Jimmy Butler will bring it up, acting as the point guard, even though it is listed as Gabe Vincent. He's more of a shooting guard, even though he's 6'1" in stature. Bam drives in, double teamed.
That was all Tatum. Tatum with the steal. Up ahead, Jayson Tatum. The layup. Good. He dunked it. 7-7. Good defense there, and it translates into some points.
Gabe Vincent will now have the ball for Miami, tied at 7. Good defense by the Celtics last 2 possessions. Kevin Love has on the left side, stripped by Marcus Smart. Love will regain it. Drive in, pull up midi, no good. Weird offensive possession for the Heat once again.
Boston has the rebound with Tatum. Tatum crossover dribble. Tatum out to Brown. Brown. He drives in. Spin move, jump shot, count it. 9-7. Boston on a 7-0 run.
Something interesting to note here, Kevin Love, after that missed mid-range jump shot, called for Eric Spoelstra to take him out. Either something's bothering Kevin Love right now, and it looks like Caleb Martin will be the first man into the game off the bench for both teams. Jimmy Butler now has it, 10 seconds left on the shot clock, guarded by Derek White. It's isolation at the top of the key. Jimmy drives to the right side, pull up mid-range, good. Jimmy Butler
he does not miss.
Off to a good start.
He does not miss mid-range shots. 9-9. Marcus Smart, right wing dribble. Bam guarding him. Now to Horford for 3. Finally hits a 3. Just his second made 3 of this series. It gives Boston the lead.
Jimmy Butler gets a screen from Kevin Love on the other end. Hands it off to Max Strus, back to Kevin Love, back to Strus. They play volleyball. Now back to Jimmy Butler. Bad possession again for Miami. 6 on the shot clock. Jimmy's going to have to bail him out, which he drives in, goes up, and no call. Looked like he was fouled. No call, though.
Up ahead, Tatum. Tatum drives. Tatum is not fouled. He wanted the call. Shot no good.
Here comes Miami and Jimmy Butler. 2-on-4, though, so he'll slow it up. Jimmy's guarded by Horford in the corner. Jimmy almost thought about taking a three-pointer. Now he does. Brick City.
Tatum the rebound. Pass Brown. Brown backing in on Vincent. Brown out to Tatum. Tatum pump fake. Tatum tries to get past Butler. It's stripped.
The Heat trying to get out to Jimmy Butler on the leak. No good. The Heat will call a timeout
trying
at
to get Love out
7:13
maybe
because Kevin Love is feeling not himself, and he will immediately head to the locker room. I think it's something to do with his wrist. I think it's his wrist because Marcus Smart slapped down at him, and I think maybe he grabbed his wrist, and now Kevin Love's wrist is bothering him a little bit.
And he's heading to the locker room right now, according to Twitter. And I even said, I said after that first made Kevin Love shot, this could be the Kevin Love game. Makes a 3 right after I say that, but it looks like he has suffered an injury, and this is a Heat team, Rolly, that's already dealing with injuries. You're without Hero, you're without Oladipo.
Yeah, now, Kevin Love being hurt, I don't want to diminish it. Like, he's been good in some cases, but I don't really think the way this series is played out, I don't think Kevin Love is that vital. Now, if the Celtics go back to their double big lineup, that could cause some issues for the starting lineup because it was nice having Kevin Love and Bam, 2 big men, go against Robert Williams and Al Horford. But if the Celtics go small, then the Heat really only need 1 big man on the court at a time. So Kevin Love not being in really doesn't hurt them that much. But we will keep an eye out on Kevin Love's injury status. Immediately went to the locker room. I'm thinking wrist because there didn't look like anything on the lower body when he took that weird one-legged mid-range pull-up. I'm thinking wrist. So we'll have to see.
So does this mean even more of Caleb Martin in this game?
Yeah, I'd have to imagine.
Yeah.
Because he was the – if you didn't know this about the Miami Heat this season, Caleb Martin was the starting power forward for about 60% of the year. And then once Kevin Love got bought out by the Heat, or bought out by the Cavs, signed by the Heat in the buyout market, Kevin Love became the starting power forward. Caleb Martin, the wing energizer off the bench. Maybe Caleb Martin will go back to his role that he played for probably 60% of the season.
Who do you got? H for the Heat, C for the Celtics. Early lead for Boston. But as we've seen in the series, early leads don't mean too much.
I mean, Boston is coming out shooting really well early. They've hit – Al Horford's hit a 3. Jaylen Brown's got a couple buckets. Tatum has a 3. So they're coming out firing, which is what you would expect. They need to give their best shot to Miami to try to take a game at the Kaseya Center and make this a 2-1 series. Massive game. Massive game. What's up, Tamar Bowles? Eli Ruiz. What's good, guys?
Eli Ruiz, good to see you, man. No relation to John Ruiz, though.
No?
No, I've been told, no relation to John Ruiz. Jeff Stamps is in the chat saying, let's go Celtics. Jeff, dude, during the PGA Championship coverage, they were previewing Valhalla next year, Louisville, Kentucky. I might have to pull up. Shout out Jeff Stamps, watching from Louisville. Dan McLeod saying, hope Kevin Love's injury's not that serious. I'm with you, Dan. Hopefully he's okay. He did play several minutes after kind of signaling to Spo to take him out. He called a timeout, and we're expecting Caleb Martin to enter the game for him right now.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin Love, he didn't really do much when he just sat at the three-point line, passed the ball, got a couple rebounds, and then just passed it right away. Kevin Love was a non-factor after really sustaining that injury. Before play resumes, though, I do want to mention we are 4 subscribers away from 600 on the Heat Report. Hit that sub button, and I'll take a free tequila shot when we get to 600. But our ultimate goal for tonight is 700. Normally, tequila shots are $20. I'll make it free when we hit 600 subs.
Over 350 people watching on Celtics. Be sure to subscribe. Heat basketball.
Bam Adebayo gets it in the post, guarded by Horford like it has been all series. He gets it to Strus. Strus uses the screen, but they're going to call foul on Derek White for grabbing Bam on the screen, not allowing Bam to dive towards the cup. Shot clock will get reset back to 14. Heat ball side out. 7:03 to go in the first quarter. Into Bam at the top of the key. He will hand it off to Strus. Strus has a little room, and he'll take a three, and he'll miss. Tatum with the rebound.
Strus 0 of 2 from beyond the arc thus far. Strus not loose yet. Jaylen Brown tried to go in for a layup. He says he was fouled or got stripped, but it's a turnover. Heat basketball.
Looks like the ball just slipped out of his hands. Miami will come the other way with the ball, and it's Gabe Vincent getting a screen by Jimmy Butler, who gives it to Jimmy, guarded by Derek White. It's an isolation side. Jimmy drives left, spin, met by 2 defenders, loses the ball, kicks it to Caleb Martin in the corner for 3. Martin good, and here we go again with Caleb Martin. This man is unconscious.
He's unbelievable, man. How many you have last game?
25?
25 points off the bench. Jayson Tatum, smart, pump fake from the corner. Down to Brown. Brown, quick shot, count it.
And what I say to you off air, wasn't on stream, but it was before we hopped on with you guys, and I said this is going to be the game that Jaylen Brown gets right.
And I agree.
Gabe Vincent inside, bank floater, good. Quick response by Miami.
Gabe Vincent was clutch down the stretch for Miami last game after not doing much in the first 3.5 quarters. Brown again, another shot, and it goes again. Jaylen Brown feeling himself.
Jaylen Brown can't miss right now. I don't know what it is. He likes playing in Miami more than he does Boston. Heat look to respond. Bam has it. He hands it off to Max Strus. Strus will get a screen from Bam. Strus drives in. They're going to call an illegal screen on Bam. Bam sets a lot of illegal screens, I'll be honest, but that looked like a massive flop from Marcus Smart, which I think Smart's a top 5 flopper in the league, but he does look to be shaken up. So
Smart checking out. Boston up to 5:36 to go in the first quarter. Brian Gonzalez, yep, back and forth we go here at the Kaseya Center. Brogdon has checked in for Smart. Can he have a big game tonight? He takes a 3. It's no good. Wouldn't have counted. A moving screen there. Moving screen, the call on Boston.
Robert Williams extended his arm on Gabe Vincent. Clear as day. Back-to-back possessions where we had an illegal screen. Oh, man. Right calls, to be honest, most likely. Caleb Martin brings it down the other way, and he gets to Butler, who's guarded by Jaylen Brown for the first time in the series. And Jimmy picks up a foul. Jaylen Brown called with a block. That's got to be the 3rd foul in this quarter. So close to the bonus for Miami with 5 and change to go in the first.
I think that's Brown's first, if I'm not mistaken.
Gabe Vincent now has it at the top, dribbling, gets it to Jimmy Butler, will get screened by Caleb Martin. Jimmy driving right, met by Robert Williams. It's an isolation now. Jimmy drives right side, kicks out. Vincent corner 3, good! The Heat retake the lead, 17-16.
If Gabe Vincent is knocking down threes, Boston might be in trouble.
The Heat have gone to a 2-3 zone. They
you
did
didn't like that last game.
I didn't.
Brogdon catch and shoot 3,
wow.
Airballs it. Tatum tries to get the rebound, instead throws it up ahead to Strus.
Strus pushing, gets it to Bam, back to Strus, back to Bam.
Oh, man.
Great 2-man action, great block by Robert Williams.
Should be Celtics ball. Should 100% be Celtics ball. Yep. Boston basketball, wow. Robert Williams, great defense right there. Great pass from Strus to Bam down low. But Robert Williams with the block. And then it's off of, wait.
Oh, they called a foul.
They called a foul? What?
I got to be honest, Will. I think it was off Boston anyway. I think Robert Williams hit it out of bounds. But
they called a foul on the block? That was clean.
I don't know if did they call it on the block? That was a late whistle.
Maybe they called it when they were going after the ball, but either way, that is a terrible foul.
So late whistle, but the Heat will take it, and Bam Adebayo makes the first free throw. 18-16, Kyle Lowry checks in for Gabe Vincent, and looks like Grant Williams checks into the game. Jayson Tatum taking an early rest here. This was the spot where Jaylen Brown took a rest, but with Brown cooking
Grant
and
Williams
Tatum
coming in
a little slow, Grant Williams will come in.
Please don't put him on Jimmy.
Bam at the line. He's been outstanding, averaging 8.5 and basically 10 rebounds. And, of course, on cue, he misses the free throw.
Good old broadcaster Jinx makes his way over to YouTube. Malcolm Brogdon drives baseline out to Horford, quickly to Brown. Brown to the lane. Layup rolls off the rim.
Strus with the rebound, pushes ahead. Almost too far of a pass to Caleb Martin, but he saves it. Back to Jimmy. Strus trailing 3. Good! The Strus is loose, and Missoula needs a timeout. 21-16, Miami.
I don't like this, Rolly. And look, I said we're going to find out in the first quarter what Boston team is going to show up. And Boston has shown up. They've hit some shots. Jaylen Brown looks phenomenal here early, which is huge. But also, you have seen the Heat. They're getting a lot of different guys involved. We're seeing the depth on display. Vincent's hit a 3. Caleb Martin's hit a 3. And now Strus has hit a 3 for Miami.
Yeah, I mean, this is just what the Heat have done all postseason long. You might take a look at playoff Jimmy, and he's been fantastic. Bam has consistently given you 18.5, 19 points. But the third scorer for Miami has varied from game to game. One game it will be Gabe Vincent dropping 20. One game it will be Caleb Martin dropping 25. One game it will be Strus with 15. One game it will be Lowry with 18. So that third leading scorer for Miami the entire postseason has varied, and that's what's made them so difficult, is that all the role players are not afraid to shoot, and they're not scared to, and they're not backing down from the competition, and they're having probably the best 3-4 week run of their careers, at least when you look at the role player side of things.
No wonder Miami's off to a good start, by the way, because Mike McDaniel was on the court hyping up the crowd before the game.
Is that so?
Yep.
Oh,
no wonder.
What's up, Tamar? How you doing, man?
Tamar, it's good to see you, man. Brian Gonzalez, Retro, they're feeling good. By the way, 251 votes on the Celtics stream. Who's going to win this game? Heat at 56%.
Yeah, and I want to ask the viewers, both on the Heat Report and Celtics Today channels, who you got in Game 3. You've seen about 8 minutes now. Heat have a 5-point lead. Both teams are making shots. Both teams have missed some shots. Both teams have turned the ball over. So who you got? I think it's been even so far, but the Heat have hit just a couple more threes than Boston has. Owen says the Celtics are winning. No hesitation there from Owen. I like it.
We'll see, Owen. You're more confident than I am right now. There's no question about that. Look, 5-point deficit's nothing. Obviously, I'm not worried about the deficit. I'm just worried about how good the Heat look offensively right now.
They're very comfortable offensively.
Right. That's what worries me up. That's what worries me right now. Jaylen Brown, though, if you're the Celtics here, the promising thing for you right now is how good Jaylen Brown looks. Brown started one of 7 last game. He is now 4 of 6 from the field.
And he's been lethal from the mid-range.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown looks phenomenal here early on. So that's a good sign if you're Boston. Who else here? Jayson Tatum has 5 points, 4 boards. Not a bad start for him. I expect him to be inserted back into this game after this timeout.
This has been interesting. The two people that have struggled early on, in my opinion, were Derek White, who was inserted in the starting lineup. I believe he's missed 2 or 3 shots. And then Malcolm Brogdon, the 6th man of the year, he checked in. The first shot he took was a wide-open 3, and he airballed. It wasn't even close. Brogdon, who has been good in these playoffs, he was phenomenal against Philadelphia. He's been borderline abysmal in this series
he's
so
not
far.
been consistent.
They're showing the replay from the last play. Jaylen Brown did not get back on defense, was pleading for a foul call. He thought it was a block.
You're down 2-0. You got to get back on defense.
Probably was a block, though, to be honest.
Brogdon with the basketball, right wing. Bounce pass Brown. Brown thought about the jumper instead. Gives it back Brogdon. Brogdon long 2 is on the way. That's too strong.
He's really
Butler
struggled.
the rebound.
Good defense from Jimmy Butler on Jaylen Brown to force him to pass out of a shot. Jimmy now the other way, gets a screen from Bam. Jimmy hesitant, drives in, turns it over.
Stolen from Tatum. Tatum quickly ahead. Pass to Horford. Horford nearly traveled. Back Tatum, top of the key, guarded by Strus. Tatum down to Horford. Out to Grant Williams. To Horford now. Underneath. Horford puts it up and in. Good to see Big Al making a shot there.
I mean, Horford, guarded by Max Strus, should be able to score anytime he wants. Don't imagine the Heat will let that matchup continue on much longer. Cody Zeller set the check in, but here come the Heat on offense. Jimmy has it at the top of the key. He's looked a little feeling out the game. He has not looked himself early. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Bam has it, faces Al Horford. Jab step, pump fake, drive, step back, mid-range, bam. Tough shot, no good. Rebound Brogdon.
Brogdon takes it up. Pass to Tatum, left wing. Tatum spin move inside, tries to draw contact, no call. Bam comes up with it. Now Bam gets hit in the head by Tatum. That's going to be a foul on Tatum.
Yeah, Tatum with his patented spin move, and as he's spinning, I don't know if you've watched a lot of Celtics ball, he throws his arms and shoulders at you with the ball. And what he does is he usually gets you as you're spinning. He gets your arm hit into his arm, and that's how he gets a foul call. But Caleb Martin did a great job of keeping his hands back, arms back, so when Tatum brings that ball towards him, the ball hits Martin in the chest, ball comes loose, turnover. Great defense from Caleb Martin, who has it now, passes it to Strus, who hands it off to Kyle Lowry, and he'll reset. Gets a screen from Cody Zeller, rejects it inside on Robert Williams, and passes out to Caleb Martin, almost a turnover. Martin jab, step, spin, crossover, lost ball. Heat will retain possession with 2.4 seconds left on the shot clock. Another bad possession by Miami. Boston defense starting to tighten up a little bit the past 2 or 3 possessions.
By the way, Bam got hit in the head, went to the bench.
Well, he was already set to check in out before he got hit. Inbound to Strus, open, great inbounds play, in and out. Rebound Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown, he's got 8 early to Brogdon. Brogdon lost it out of bounds. It was last touched by by Miami. It'll stay with Boston.
Brogdon thinks he got fouled by Butler on the reach across.
Robert Williams now, left wing, hands it off Tatum. Tatum being guarded by Martin. Tatum, pass to Robert Williams underneath. Robert Williams up and in.
How
Great
was that
feed.
not called a charge? Jayson Tatum barreled into Kyle Lowry, missed call by the officials. Martin the other way, gets it to Jimmy in the corner, guarded by Tatum. Jimmy hasn't looked aggressive offensively. He kicks it to the corner for Caleb Martin. Closed out quickly. Martin now hands it off to Kyle Lowry, who pump fakes a 3, drives in, floater, good from Mr. Kyle Lowry. Back to a 3-point lead for Miami. 1 subscriber away from 600 on the Heat Report. I'll take a shot when that one person steps up.
Tatum, pump fake, step back, 3 is on the way, off front rim, rebound Williams. Williams puts it back up, no good, gets another offensive rebound. William back to Brogdon for 3, that's no good. Grant Williams the offensive rebound, but hold on, I think it's going to Miami.
It is, it was a foul. He clearly pushed Max Strus in the back. Tony Brothers a little hesitant to call it. I don't know what took him so long, but it was a clear push out in the back. Look at this, just absolutely barreled over Max Strus.
You're right. But how about Robert Williams with 2 offensive rebounds? I'm telling you, more Robert Williams.
Oh, as we hit 600
congrats
subscribers
to the
on
Heat
the Heat Report.
Congrats to the Heat Report. As Strus is at the line.
Heat in the bonus. Made the first. Let's go. Kilo shots, baby.
Over 800 people watching on Celtics today. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Trying to hit 16,000 subscribers by the end of this game.
Strus makes the pair, and the Heat lead by 5. That's been the largest lead of the game so far, I believe. Yeah, it was 7-2, and then it's always been 5 points.
Celtics basketball on the right end. Robert Williams hands off Brown. Brown to Grant Williams, left wing. Williams in his neon highlighter shoes, backing in on Strus. Nearly lost the ball, tries to draw contact on Zeller. No call. Now we get a late foul call. It's going against Miami.
It's going Max Strus. He clipped Robert Williams as Williams was attempting to grab the offensive rebound.
So not a shooting foul.
No, Grant Williams just threw up a prayer, but Max Strus absolutely got Robert Williams. Correct call. Celtics.
And I don't even think you had to. I think Zeller easily had that rebound either way.
Yeah, it's tough.
Tatum with the Sia Center logo. Passes Brown. Brown mid-range J. No good. Rebound Zeller.
He'd have a chance to extend this lead at the end of the first quarter. They've played terrific defense, holding Boston to 20 points. 50 seconds to go. Jimmy has the ball, gets a screen from Kyle Lowry, guarded by Robert Williams. Jimmy drives in, kicks out to Caleb Martin for three. Good! This is unbelievable!
I can't believe this.
Caleb Martin is looking like Paul George! My goodness! He's incredible!
I mean, after dropping 25 in the last game, he's got 6 points here early, made his first 2 threes. Jaylen Brown slips, oh no.
In transition, here comes Caleb Martin. Bring out the highlight tape. The bucket again from Caleb. It's a 10-point lead for Miami. Caleb Martin, we are witnessing greatness.
I said 10-point lead, I would leave. I don't think I am, though. I think Brett would get mad at me. But I am not feeling optimistic at all. This is just an absolute disaster. I said Boston has to dictate the tone here early. Robert Williams inside. Oh, it's a charge.
Kyle Lowry with a big play.
I do not like that call. I do not like that call. I do not like that call. I do not. Okay, that's a good call.
He was there. That's what Kyle Lowry does. One of the best charge takers in NBA history. Small, undersized guard, gritty basketball player, makes winning plays. That's my backup point guard right there. The Heat can make this a 12 to 13 point game.
This is an absolute joke. I said you have to dictate this game early, set the tone. Boston's down 10.
Now
timeout with 15 seconds
They might
left.
have challenged this.
I mean, I think it's a good call.
But even if they get it right, they cannot challenge for the rest of the game. I know this is going to change from a potential 7-point game to a 12-point game because of the Miami lead if they score at the end of the quarter. I get where Missoula's coming from. But to not have your challenge for the rest of the game in a pivotal game seems like a little bit of a mistake.
This would also be Robert Williams' third foul.
But here's my thing. I get that too.
Yeah.
But in the past 2 games, has Robert Williams played more than 5 minutes in the second half?
I don't think so. Maybe.
At least my eyes tell
know.
me that he has not played much in the second half. Maybe they wanted to change that coming into this game. But man, this feels like an interesting decision to make or to challenge this call early in this game.
This is just a nightmare start for Boston. You're down double digits early on the road. This is a big call. We'll see. I thought Lowry was set. He slid a little bit.
It's interesting. I could actually see this going either way if I'm going to be honest.
It's a tough call to reverse, in my opinion. It's a tough call to reverse.
I agree. Kyle Lowry was set and shifted a little bit, but on every charge ever, there is movement. Realistically, it's impossible to be a set statue drawing a charge because the offensive player is simply going to move a little bit. So there is always movement from the defensive side of things. We'll see how they rule. I tell you what, if this call stands and Missoula loses his challenge early, here we go. It's been overturned.
So does the bucket count as well?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's a big call. Good job, Missoula. Good job.
So they win the challenge. It'll be an and one for Robert Williams. But I'll be honest, I still don't understand if it's worth it considering you don't have your challenge for the rest of the game now.
Right.
So, I mean, you're going to get 3 points out of this, and Robert Williams stays with 2 fouls.
That is a huge call. I mean, Miami had a chance to make this maybe a 12, 13-point game. Now it is a 8-point game, about to be a 7-point game if Williams, who has not been good at the line, makes this. Greg, I'm with you, man. That's a good challenge. I mean, I get it. Celtics are not going to have one rest of the game, but that's big. All the momentum was with Miami. You can make this a 7-point game going into the second quarter potentially. I like it. I like it a lot. When I saw it live, I thought for sure it was a blocking foul. Replay, it looked...
Really?
I did. I thought it was a blocking foul.
Live, it looked like a clear charge to me. Replay tilted my mind. But either way, Missoula uses this challenge to success. Won't have one for the rest of the game, which is something that you'll have to keep in your back of your head. Williams, free throw.
And he missed it.
No good. So it doesn't really hurt that much, but you do get 2 points out of it. Lowry the other way. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. 6 seconds. 5 seconds. Caleb Martin back to Lowry. Lowry 3, no good. And it will be an 8-point Miami lead after one. After one quarter, the Heat lead 30-22. Caleb Martin already a difference maker with 8 points. Man, he has had an incredible playoff run so far. Caleb Martin, are you kidding me? As we are in a timeout in between the first and second corner, we want to remind you guys to subscribe to both the Heat Report and the Celtics today.
How many subscribers can we get on both channels here in the next minute? How many subscribers can we get on both channels in the next minute? 900 watching on Celtics, over 100 watching on Heat. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, trying to get to 700 on Heat, trying to get to 16,000 subscribers on Celtics. Hit that subscribe button right now. How many new subs can we get in the next minutes? Hit that subscribe button right now. I know all of you watching. I know all of you cannot be subscribed. Some of you are not subscribed. Let's change that. Be sure to subscribe to the channel right now. I'm live tracking these subscribers. Let's keep these subscribers rolling.
I already took a tequila shot for 600 subscribers on the Heat Report. When we get to 700, whether it be today or in Game 4 on Tuesday, hopefully we'll get there one of these 2 days. I'll take another shot of tequila. We just picked up 2 new subs on the Heat Report. I put the subscribe link in both chats because I see a lot of Heat fans hanging out on Celtics today. So make sure you subscribe to the Heat Report. Videos and live streams on a weekly basis for your Miami Heat. Gregory says, man, the Heat came ready to finish this. You had to expect that, though, if you're Boston. I mean, if you're Boston, you had to come out with an aggressiveness you have not shown yet this series, but you also had to expect Miami to do the same thing because I mentioned it. They're like sharks right now. They smell blood in the water. They want to put you away. So if you're the Boston Celtics, you have to respond. Go on a run. Because if the Heat just keep on getting good looks like this and playing with the energy they have currently, Celtics could find themselves down 3-0 and in real deep trouble.
Yeah, the Celtics, these next 12 minutes could determine this game. I mean, look, if Miami, let's say they outscore the Celtics by 8 points again, second quarter, 16-point halftime lead, I'm not saying it's over, but it's damn near over.
It's going to be tough to overcome.
On the road, you gotta respond here in the second quarter if you're Boston. That charge call that was overturned was huge. Made an 8-point game when maybe it would have been a 12 or 13-point game going into the second quarter. So credit Joe Mazzulla for that. But you also don't have your challenge for the rest of this game. So if there's a bad call that doesn't go your way in the fourth, and knowing Tony Brothers, there probably will be. That could be something you regret. Jalen Ramsey in the house, Christian Wilkins in the house, Mike McDaniel in the house.
See, some of the people on the Heat were saying they're behind. Is our stream ahead of your game TV, or is the game ahead of us? Which one? Let us know. Ramsey's been in a couple of these Heat games. I know you'll like that, Willie Fins.
Who has?
Ramsey.
Oh, nice. There's Mike McDaniel. And when you say Miami,
talking first round exit.
Come on. Salty Patriots fan over there.
I'm just playing. Heat will have the ball to start the second quarter. Caleb Martin at the top of the key. Gets it to Lowry. Lowry gets a screen from Bam. Lowry
Martin's
dribble.
Open. Oh.
Kicks it back out to Caleb Martin. Martin hands off to Duncan Robinson, who checked in for the first time. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Duncan jab step. Oh, my God, Duncan Robinson, jab step Grant Williams, and then laid it up on Jayson Tatum. What a play by Duncan.
I did. Wow. When he took that, I thought Tatum was going to have a good chance at a shot contest. Bam back in as well for Miami, by the way. He's at the last, I think, 5 minutes of that first quarter.
Brogdon misses the layup. here come the Heat. Kyle Lowry with the ball. He'll swing it to Vincent. Gets a screen from Duncan. Vincent drives in, step back. Great defense from Brogdon. Vincent in trouble in the corner. Really in trouble, and it's been a travel. I mean, that was horrific.
He needed some help.
Yeah, no one really came to the ball there, Will, which is like golden rule of basketball. Number one, if your teammate picks up a dribble and is double-teamed or can't really move, go towards them. Help get the ball. Oh, man.
Malcolm Brogdon will inbound to Derek White. White will take it up. 5 on the floor. White, Tatum, Brogdon, Horford, Smart. Smart in the corner. Pump fake. Drew contact. Throws it up. No good. But he's going to the line for 3.
No, they're calling it on the floor.
On the floor. Wow. Smart thought he had free throws. He was walking to the free throw line. They were going to say it was before the shot. I don't know about that call. But they're going to say it's before the shot.
Official waved off the shot as the ball was in the air, so he must have believed that the shot came after the actual foul.
Inbound to Tatum. Tatum, top of the key dribble. Pass out Horford. Horford takes it in. Horford out Derek White. Open 3 right wing. Count it. 7-point deficit. Big time shot from White.
Heat in their 2-3 zone, which they run every time with Lowry, Duncan Robinson, and Vincent in the game. Such a bad defensive duo. As Duncan Robinson back cut, feed from Bam. That was the bread and butter in the fourth quarter in Game 2.
They can't
and it's working again in Game 3.
Derek White, right wing dribble to Horford for 3. Missed it that time, left wing. I know he hit it earlier, but I don't like Al shooting threes right now.
Rebound, Bam. Outlets to Kyle Lowry. He'll push. He'll slow it down. Now met by Derek White. Pass to Vincent on the right side. Now into Bam in the short corner. Bam, jab step, drive, back down Horford, stripped. Good defense. Bam recorrals. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Caleb Martin, step back 3. No good. I would have went bananas if he hit another.
Rebound Tatum, up to White. White back Tatum, left wing dribble. Tatum drives inside, layup, good. Jayson Tatum cuts the deficit back to 7.
But an outlet pass to Caleb Martin. Now he'll slow it down. Had a chance at the layup. Martin guarded by Horford. Martin drives in, spin. Kicks it out to Duncan Robinson, swings it to Gabe Vincent. The Heat will reset their offense with 10 on the shot clock. Vincent looking for a screen from Bam. Gets one. Vincent, pull up, mid-range. Good!
Man.
Gabe Vincent. The role players from Miami have come to play once again at home.
Let's see if role players can step up for Boston. Speaking of, Derek White has the basketball left wing. Contact from Robinson, no call. Tatum catch and shoot left wing 3, way off the mark. Didn't even hit rim.
Rebound Lowry, he'll push. Swings it to Martin, back to Lowry. Inside the Martin, great 2-man game. Out to Vincent. Vincent for 3. Good! Gabe Vincent! The Heat offense is cooking on all cylinders. They're trying to put this series night-night.
12-point lead. When are the Celtics going to start playing the Celtics basketball we've seen? I don't understand this. Al Horford, he's going to miss this 3. Oh, wow, he made it. I stand corrected.
Big-time answer from Horford.
Huge answer from Al Horford. If he can start hitting threes, that's going to be big. 9-point deficit.
Lowry drives inside. Met by nobody. Easy floater, good.
We're going to play defense? We're going to play defense, Boston? The season is on the line.
I don't know if the Celtics even want to be here at this point. This has been some atrocious defense.
We got Jayson Tatum thinking about the club tonight or something because he just missed a layup. Putback goes. 9-point deficit.
Back the other way. Here comes Lowry. Drop off to Caleb Martin. Martin gets it to Bam on the left side of the court. It's isolation basketball for Bam. Pump fake. And he'll reset out to Duncan. Duncan gets a screen from Bam. Duncan drives in. Has the lob. Oh, my God! Bam Adebayo on your head! What a pass from Duncan Robinson!
Jeez Louise. Marcus Smart, step back 3. I don't like that shot, and it's an air ball.
Air ball.
I said I don't like the shot.
Air ball. Oh, my. Look at the vertical ability from my franchise player. Head at the rim. Bam Adebayo says Bam Slam.
That is just a ridiculous shot. That is just a ridiculous shot. Ridiculous.
Back comes Miami with an 11-point lead, looking to extend it. The bench has outplayed a lineup for the Celtics with Tatum. Caleb Martin 3. Good! Caleb Martin with another one, and the C's need need a timeout.
This is over. Wrap it up.
Now, they did say Caleb Martin's foot was on the line for the millionth time. He just steps on the line, but he hits a deep 2. The Heat now lead by 13. Foot was on the line. Caleb Martin does it at least twice a game. But my goodness, Jimmy Butler smiling, smirking, watching this Heat bench cook Jayson Tatum and some of these starters.
I cannot
for the
believe
Celtics.
this.
This Heat team is unbelievable.
This could get ugly. This could get ugly. You're down 13, long way to go. But the way that the Heat role players are stepping up right now, Martin already has 11 freaking points.
Caleb Martin might be Paul George, man. Caleb Martin has been incredible defensively.
3 years, $20 million.
Yeah, 2 years, $14 million left on that deal.
That's arguably the best contract in the sport right now.
People have said Jalen Brunson's the best contract in the sport.
And that's up there.
And he's fantastic for $25 million a year. But Caleb Martin for $6.25 million a year right now? Are you kidding me? Oh, my goodness.
66% of people on the Celtics stream have voted in our live poll saying the Heat are going to win. Gregory saying the Heat smell blood. I mean, look, Greg, we got a long way to go. I was being sarcastic when I said it's over, but if Caleb Martin keeps playing like this, if Gabe Vincent keeps playing like this, if Max Strus gets back in the game, starts hitting threes, I mean, it's not looking good. The Miami has more depth. It's showing. Miami's playing in front of their home crowd. And look, what was my number one key for the Celtics in this game, Rolly?
Start off early.
Set the tone. Start fast. They're down 13 in the first half. That's not what I meant when I said set the tone. So the Celtics are in a big hole here. Major trouble. I said he got to come out in the second quarter and start playing Celtics basketball here. They have not done that.
Listen, we're about halfway through the second quarter. Almost
we're not even at 100 likes on Celtics. Come on.
We got to hit the like button.
I know you might not like the way this game is going, Celtics fans, but please support the channel by liking the video right now.
If you're having fun, like the video. And if you're on our Heat Report channel, you should be having fun because your Miami Heat are cooking with gas right now, looking to take a 3-0 lead in this Eastern Conference Finals. Smash that like button. We only got 38 likes, 110 people watching. Let's get to 50 likes before play resumes. Come on. Let's hit that like button.
Like the video. Just surpassed 100 likes on Celtics. Let's get to 150 likes by the time the game comes back on. Let's get to 150 likes. The Celtics might go on a run if we get there. Be sure to like the video. Ghostman231 says, Celtics might actually get swept. It's not that the Celtics aren't talented, but they're lacking the mental toughness. I don't disagree with that. The Heat have shown that. The Celtics have not.
Yeah, I've been really disappointed with how mentally soft this team has been for Boston. And the most concerning part, if you're a Celtics fan, is the fact that this is the same team that went to the finals last season and went through all those battles in the regular season, through the playoffs, making the finals, just coming up short. And then you add Malcolm Brogdon, who won Sixth Man of the Year, and you're arguably playing more soft. And they've changed the Caleb Martin, what they called a 2, to a 3, which is a little bit of a surprise to me, but it's 46-32 Miami.
Marcus Smart, I thought he lost the ball for a second. He got fouled on the shot, so he'll go to the line. Foul call on Caleb Martin, I believe. Celtics down 14. Chance to cut into that right here with Smart at the line. Smart, the longest tenured Celtic.
That's Caleb Martin's third foul. That's huge.
Think they take him out here? Kevin Love's already on the bench. Already hurt.
Well, I mean, those two don't work mutually exclusive. Maybe I misheard, and Caleb Martin doesn't have 3 fouls, because I would imagine if he did have 3, they'd probably take him out with this early in the game.
Smart misses the free throw. Brown tries to put it back up and in. He misses. Out of bounds. Miami Heat basketball.
Which was a large storyline in Game 1. Celtics missing free throws. They missed them. They split a pair there. Heat lead by 13 with the ball. Jimmy Butler checks back in. Bam hands it off to Duncan Robinson. Robinson gets a screen from Bam, met by Horford. Robinson gets it to Bam, who's guarded by Brown in the post. Go to work, young fella. Oh, Bam with a spin. He made Jaylen Brown fall to the the ground with a nasty spin dunk. Let's go, Bam.
Yeah, I don't like that matchup too much, quite frankly. Heat up 15. Brown tries to answer, but he lost the ball.
Fast break for the Heat, 4-on-3 to Bam, to Duncan in the corner for 3. Good! Duncan Robinson makes it an 18-point game. Let's get these losers out of our building.
This could get ugly. Might be doing the post-game show on Celtics a little bit early today. Pull a Chase Sr. from last week. Heat up 18. Smart. Top of the key. Takes it in. No good. Rebound Lowry.
Let's end this. Let's put them out of their misery. Lowry to Duncan for 3
God.
and trailing. Oh, the place would have erupted if it went.
Smart got. Oh, shoot. Kyle Lowry goes into the stand.
And it's a great call.
What? What? What's a call?
It's a foul on Smart because
what?
You can't do that. Smart was dribbling up the court, stopped, and went into Kyle Lowry, who was trailing. You can't jump into the defensive player. A good call. Stop allowing Marcus Smart to play that way. Great call. Heat ball. Oh, wait, they switched the call now?
Fourth foul on Lowry.
Wait, no, that's a mistake from TNT.
Because it's Heat ball.
Because it's Heat ball. The foul's not on Lowry.
That has to be a mistake.
The foul's not on Lowry. I think he's the one with 3 fouls, not Caleb Martin. Heat have it up 18. Duncan, the Heat are fouled again. Jaylen Brown, Tatum, and Robert Williams, one of the 3, grabbed Bam trying to cut to the rim. The Heat have a chance to end this in the first half. My goodness, can you believe what you guys are watching with your own eyes right now?
Quite frankly, I cannot.
Bam has it. He hands it off to Jimmy. Jimmy hasn't really done much in this game, but he splits there. Jumper, fouled. He'll head to the line to potentially make it a 20-point game. The Heat are cooking with gas.
So Jaylen Brown, that was his second foul. Robert Williams has 2. White has 1. Smart has 1. Tatum has 1. 900 people watching on Celtics. Be sure to subscribe. Trying to get to 16K by the end of this game.
Jimmy's first free throw, good. 19-point lead for Miami. If you're Miami, you've come back from a lot of leads. Know what's capable of happening to you. Do not let up for 1 second. Jimmy Butler getting MVP chances. He goes 2 for 2 from the stripe, and it's a 20-point game.
20-point game. If you are tuning in, that is not a typo on your screen. That is the real score. That is the Celtics team that showed up tonight. Jayson Tatum drives, layup no good. Robert Williams to the offensive rebound. He puts it back up and in. Keep him in the game, please. A lot of offensive boards for Robert Williams tonight. Did he just get a technical?
And now Robert Williams or Marcus Smart got teed up. It's Marcus Smart who gets teed up. And even when the Celtics do something good, they do something bad at the same time. Oh, my.
What is this for?
Jimmy Butler will be at the line for the technical free throw to move it back to a 19-point game. He makes it, and the Heat will now have the chance to make it a 20-point game once again.
Let's see. Marcus Smart was talking to the ref, arms up in the air, and then Tony Brothers teed him up. So something he said to Tony Brothers here. And is like he said, right when something positive happens, Robert Williams with the putback. It's a technical, Heat up 19 with the basketball.
Here comes Caleb Martin, who's played the entire game after checking in for Kevin Love after about 6 minutes of game action. Jimmy guarded by Derek White. Jimmy between the legs, drives in, stops, up, bucket, too little. They can't stop him. It's a 21-point game.
Up ahead, Brown. Brown between the legs, dribble left wing. Brown to Smart, foul called against
it's at Miami. For a second there, I thought they were going to call Marcus Smart on a clear out, but no, it's going to be a foul on Miami, side out for Boston.
$21-point deficit for Boston. They have got to go on a big run here at the end of the first half if they want to have any chance to come back and win this game and win this series. Jaylen Brown, right wing, deep 3. No good. Rattles out. Zeller the rebound.
You'll
Not
take
a
that
good
shot all
shot.
day.
Not a good shot.
Let's finish strong. Let's finish strong, Miami. Let's finish this half strong and put them to sleep. Vincent dribbling, gets it to Jimmy, guard by Derek White. I can't believe they haven't switched this matchup because it's been baby food. Butler drives left, stop, hand off to Duncan Robinson for 3. No good.
Smart the rebound. Boston quickly to the other end. Between the legs dribble for Smart. Now White. White drives. Out to Brown. Brown to the basket. Layup is good. Deficit down to 19.
4 minutes to go in the half. Jimmy drives by Derek White, kicks it to Caleb Martin, who swings it to Duncan Robinson for 3 again. Duncan doesn't miss 2 in a row. Back to a 22-point lead. Duncan Robinson. Miami runs on Duncan.
We are having Dunkin' Donuts for breakfast tomorrow, Rolly. I am looking forward to that because this game, hard to get pup for this game right now. It's Grant Williams, puts it up and in. I think Boston's got to try to cut this deficit to under 15 here. They want to have any hope.
Jimmy will dribble it up. He's met by Derek White once again. I can't believe Joe Mazzulla's rolling with it. They're going to double Jimmy. Jimmy fights off the double. Now gets it to Caleb Martin, who drives in. Martin Euro step. Floater, no good.
Tatum the rebound. Tatum taking it up. Tatum to Brown. Brown pump fake. Brown nearly traveled to Smart, to White. Catch and shoot right wing 3. This would be huge. He made it. Timeout. Celtics not going away. Like I said, get this down to 15. You have some life going into the second half. 922 people watching on our Boston Celtics channel. Be sure to subscribe.
On the road to 16,000 subscribers, 200 away. I can almost guarantee that 950 of you guys watching right now, there's 200 of you guys not subscribed. Why not hit the sub button, join the channel. If you're a Heat Report viewer, 132 of you guys, shout out to y'all. We're 615 subs right now. We've already picked up 25 tonight so far. Let's try to keep building that up closer to 700, and I'll take a shot of tequila. Tequila.
I might need to take a shot at tequila. The way this game is looking right now, Nick.
Listen,
What an absolute joke. The Celtics did not listen to my keys to victory because they are not executing anything I said right now. This is just a disgrace. I mean, you're the better team, and you're in danger of going down 3-0 here against the 8 seed. I mean, absolutely wild.
Yeah, man. You would expect the Celtics to come out with a different type of energy you have not seen in this series so far. Basically, this isn't an elimination game, but going down 3-0 might as well be an elimination game. And they just have failed to answer the bell. Now, I will say this, Miami cannot miss right now. So that is partially the reason why the Celtics trail by 17. But it's not like the Heat are taking contested step-back threes and shooting 50, 60%. They're getting wide-open looks. So the Celtics' defense has been piss poor. I think the Celtics have been a little flustered offensively. And it's not a good combination when you can't get anything going on the defensive end and offensive end, and now find yourself down 17. But, as you mentioned, big 3 by Derek White to cut the lead to 17. A little 5-0 Celtics run. Eric Spoelstra called timeout. 3 minutes to go in the half. Listen, closing quarters and closing halves are the most important part of playoff basketball. So if the Celtics can close this half and get it even to 13, 12 points, they have all the momentum going into halftime. Now vice versa for the Heat. If they build that lead back up to 20, 21, 22, they'll have all the momentum. It is very, very imperative to see who wins these final 3 minutes in this half.
Be sure to subscribe wherever you're watching right now. We've already gained 60 subscribers tonight on Celtics Today. Make that 65. So update the numbers there, Rolly. We're at 15,865 in terms of subscribers. 18,865. Trying to get to 16K by the end of the night.
Samuel Clemens, I appreciate you, but I'm going to be honest. I don't want to see anyone looking ahead to potentially playing Denver just quite yet. Focus on the job
Got
at
a
hand.
long way to go.
Focus on the job at hand. Focus on the job at hand. Need to close this game out and then win one more against Boston before we can even think about Denver.
Long way to go. This is a long way to go, not just in the series, but this game.
So in that timeout, Al Horford jumped in the coach's seat. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. All right, Heat have the ball up 17. Jimmy has it in the short corner, guarded by Derek White. He'll see two defenders. Holds onto the ball, isn't phased. Jimmy drives right, stops, gets it to Caleb Martin in the corner for 3, in and out.
Rebound, Grant Williams. Now Tatum. He takes it up. Gets a screen from Grant, now standing on the right wing. Tatum out to Brown in the corner. Tight defense by Strus. Brown, he's in the paint. Now out to Smart. Smart defended by Vincent. Smart to Tatum. Tatum, step back, off balance, 3, air ball. Brown the putback, no good. Strus the rebound.
Strus will push, got 5-on-4 numbers. Get the Jimmy in the post early on. 1-on-1 with Tatum. Smart will send a double. Jimmy is double trapped. Gets it, turns it over. They're sending doubles at Jimmy. The Heat have to realize that. Derek White in transition.
White, no good. Grant Williams, the putback. It is a 15-point game. That was the number I said. The Celtics had to cut the deficit to when they were down 21.
Minute 50 to go. Vincent has it. They've got to realize Jimmy's getting doubled every time, so they've got to be prepared for this. Not doubled yet. Swings it to Vincent. Pump fake 3. No good. Bad offense by Miami the last 2 minutes.
Celtics not done yet. Full speed ahead. Derek White blocked by Zeller.
What a play by Cody Zeller. Big time block. Still up 15 with a minute and a half in the quarter. Jimmy drives, followed by Grant Williams, and 1. What an acrobatic shot by Jimmy Butler. And once again, Grant Williams cannot guard Jimmy. What a bucket from Butler.
Right when the Celtics have some momentum, they cut it to 15. You put Grant Williams back on Jimmy Butler, and look what happens. That Cody Zeller block was huge.
Very huge. It could have been a 13-point game, but Zeller comes off the weak sides, pins that, and then here comes Jimmy the other way to potentially get it back to an 18-point game with a free throw. You get an MVP chance. Grant Williams with a clear lane violation, but it's not called. I mean, it is what it is. Tatum the other way.
Tatum to Smart, to Brown, top of the key, to White now, left wing. He takes a dribble left, stops his dribble, throws it away, but there's a foul called against Miami.
Caleb Martin with a loose ball foul. Samuel Clemens says they are 2 hours north of the Gulf Coast in Fort Myers.
Wow.
I am a frequent visitor of Fort Myers, Florida.
Dunk
Samuel.
City, Fort Myers.
Yep.
We got to run that this summer, man.
I think we do.
I'm craving a beach right now. I might have to join this. Well, I'm not going to say that, but I think the Celtics might be thinking about the beach the way they've been playing. Air ball from Jaylen Brown.
Wow. Here comes the Heat the other way. Bam met by Derek White. This has got to be free food. Bam. Bam loses dribble, gets it to Jimmy. Jimmy in the post, kicks it back out to Bam, who gets it to Strus. Strus drives, sets up the offense. Weird dribble. Jimmy now has it with 6 on the shot clock. Jimmy's going to get doubled. Jimmy fights off the double, goes to the corner. Tough jumper from the mid-range, no good.
Air ball, rebound, Tatum. Tatum going the other way. Tatum.
That's something.
It should be, what is the call? No call? Who is it? Oh, wow. Off of Tatum, Miami ball.
No,
wait,
out of bounds. I think it's Celtics ball.
Celtics ball?
Yeah. They called that right away.
Okay.
It just should have been called a jump ball or travel because Tatum picked up his dribble at the 3-point line and didn't lose the ball until the baseline.
Inbound Marcus Smart. Smart. He takes it in. Floater goes. 15-point game. I think the Celtics will take that right now. 15-point deficit going into halftime. They were down as many as 21.
Bam, handoff to Strus. 3, no good. Celtics has a chance to cut it to under 15.
Jaylen Brown with the rebound. Celtics could take the last shot. There's a 1-second difference. Shot clock and game clock. Marcus Smart with the basketball. Front court right. 10 now on the timer. Smart, Brown, catch and shoot, contested 3, no good. Bam, the rebound. Bam, I thought he got fouled, no call.
Jimmy, 4 seconds left. Jimmy goes to the corner for 3. He's hacked, no call. Dude, Jimmy's been getting brutally hacked while shooting these jump shots from the corner, and there is yet to be a call.
So the ref fell down, and Bam and Strus were helping the ref up, and Jimmy is going at him, still talking to the official. I guess we'll see a replay here in a second. Maybe not. But that is halftime. It is a 15-point deficit here for the Boston Celtics. It was 21. I said when they were down 21, they had to cut it to 15 to have a chance. Long way to go here. I mean, to put things in perspective, the Celtics blew a 12-point fourth quarter lead last game. Now they're down 15 going into the third quarter. Long way to go. But the way the Celtics are playing right now, you do not feel good about their chances. We'll get some halftime stats up in a second. Just a quick reminder to subscribe to both channels, The Heat Report and Celtics Today. We are at, what's the number here? Wow, 15,877 on Celtics. So we need about 120 more subscribers to reach 16,000 subscribers. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. David White, Michael, Cobra Kai World, Scooter Green. We appreciate everyone watching. Thanks for sticking with us here. I know it's not looking good for the Celtics right now, but long way to go here. You need to come out with some energy in the third quarter. Did you like that GIF I...
No. Job's not finished. A lot of people behind the scenes here talking like the series is over. I hate that talk. It's not over. It's not over until the series says it's
Mamba
over.
mentality. You're right. I saw that tweet this morning from you, Nick. It was a good tweet. It was a good tweet.
I don't like looking ahead. Stay in the moment. Take care of business right now. A lot of Heat fans already thinking about how they match up with the Denver Nuggets in the finals. I hate that talk.
How about this? How about we do some Twitter follows here? At WillScott44 on Twitter. Go and follow me for a shout-out. At WillScott44 on Twitter. Go follow me for a shout-out. At WillScott44 on Twitter. Then we'll give some shout-outs for Nick here. And go follow me on Twitter. We have 760 watching on C's, 116 watching on Heat. I know a lot of our Heat subscribers are already following me on Twitter because I cover the Dolphins. David, I'm saying that there's a long way to go here. And I said that when the Celtics were down 21, the number I was looking at to have a realistic shot was 15. You're down 15. You can cut this to 6 or 7 potentially going into the fourth, and we got a game. I mean, the Celtics were up 12 in the fourth last game and lost. So 15-point deficit in the grand scheme of things at halftime is somewhat doable. Somewhat doable. Gregory agrees with me. But I said if the Celtics want to win this game, they got to come out and set the tone. And guess who set the tone? It's been Eric Spoelstra's squad, not Joe Mazzulla's. Joe Mazzulla probably watched The Town 3 times on the plane. Punch me in the face. So, your username is what a lot of Celtics fans want to do to themselves right now. Saying, just got out of work. Brian, I told you my NBA team. I told you, Brian. Michael Spack is watching. Heat taking a break in the second half. We'll see, man. We will see. Be sure to like the video. We're almost at 200 likes on Celtics. Let's try to get there right now. By the way, we need 120 more subscribers. Brian, DM me on Twitter. Brian, DM me on Twitter right now. Here is a... Okay, hold on one second. We're getting the box score loaded up here. Be sure to like the video. You on IG, Brian? At Willie Fins. Be sure to follow me on IG. Retro, you should follow me on IG as well, at Willie Finn. Say what's up to me on IG. Say what's up to me on IG at Willie Finns.
Here are the halftime stats for this game, and there's a couple of things that are glaring at you. And I think number one is what the Heat are shooting from the field. 23 of 40, 57.5% from the field, and 42.9% from three, 9 of 21, while the Celtics are just sitting at a mere 40.8% from the field, 5 for 16 from three. You know what's really kept the Celtics in this game, realistically, is the fact they've out-rebounded Miami by 11. They've crashed the offensive glass, and they've got a couple putbacks. The Celtics have taken 9 more shots than the Heat have in this game. That's how they're even still hanging around. I mean, 15 points. I know it's a pretty steep deficit the Celtics face, but I wouldn't put anything off the Celtics team who can get hot in a second and go crazy. So I don't for 1 second think this game's over, Will.
No, this game's not over. Do you agree, by the way, when I said when the Celtics were down 21, they had to get this to 15 to be a manageable deficit?
I mean, I agree. I think 15 is a good number.
Right.
And they were able to take advantage of catching the Heat by surprise by doubling Jimmy Butler right away in the half court, and it really caused some chaos for the Heat offense, turning the ball over and not taking good shots. So we'll see how Spoelstra adjusts in the second half to them doubling Jimmy Butler with like 15 seconds left in the shot clock. And we'll have to see if the Heat role players continue to hit their shots, because that's how they took this lead, and that's how they're going to have to maintain this lead when Jimmy Butler is getting doubled.
Jimmy Butler's got 9, 4, and 4. What have you seen from him in the first half?
You know, I really thought he was just letting the game come to him. I don't think he was looking to be overly aggressive on offense. He's only taken 7 shots, so that's not a lot for Jimmy. 0 for 2 from 3. Couple of those 3-pointers were one at the end of the half, and one at the end of the shot clock. No, it was just a normal 3 that he missed. But Jimmy, most of those shots that he's missed in this game so far has been contested, double-teamed mid-range jumpers that he's just been forced to take with about 1 or 2 seconds left on the shot clock. So Mazzulla threw a little wrinkle at the Heat there late in the quarter and late in the half, and we'll see how Spoelstra and the crew adjusts. Bam Adebayo has been normal Bam. 7 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Not stuffing the stat sheet just yet, but his impact on the defensive end has been felt. The Celtics are struggling to finish around the rim when Bam's in on the game, Will.
By the way, Charles Barkley apparently just called the Celtics soft and crybabies to half. Soft, I would agree. They're playing soft right now. Caleb Martin, again, spectacular. His over-under before this game was 10.5. Already has over that. 11, 4 of 7, 3 of 5, and that's been a difference in this series, Nick, is the Celtics role players really haven't done much, and the Heat have had multiple guys get involved.
Yeah, and when you speak of multiple guys, I tweeted this out, so if you want to follow me at Nic_Rohloff, you see how you spell it on screen, just Nic_Rohloff. I'm very active in Heat Twitter, so if you are a Heat fan, make sure you follow me. But I tweeted this out. Caleb Martin turning into Paul George is just insane, because it simply has. He's played incredible defense on the wing like Paul George does. I'm not saying Caleb Martin's taking people ISO between the legs, has he step back mid-range and 3-pointers, but Caleb Martin is shooting with great efficiency, 3 for 5 from 3. The 2 3-pointers he has missed have both been in and out. So he's shooting the ball as good as he ever has in his career. Caleb Martin has been phenomenal off the bench. And talk about a storyline for the Miami Heat. Duncan Robinson, unbelievable year in the year 2020, the bubble year, and hasn't been the same player since. Got a 5-year, $80 million deal, and has been labeled as one of the worst contracts in the NBA. I believe it's 5 for 90, not 80. Labeled as one of the worst contracts in the NBA, and he has been a real difference maker in this playoff run. 10 points off the bench, 4 for 6 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3. Other than spacing the floor and hitting 3-pointers, he has spaced out this Celtics half-court defense by faking going up for 3, quick backdoor cut, Bam Adebayo at the high post. Him and Duncan have great chemistry, backdoor layups. Duncan has been insane once again. And another role player, Gabe Vincent, who is very hit or miss. He either looks like Steph Curry or he looks like Brandon Knight. And right now, he's looking like Steph Curry, 10 points, 4 or 5 shooting, 2 for 3 from 3. He's been incredible. And once again, the Heat bench and Heat depth is what is the difference in this series. I was called crazy in our preview saying the Heat had the depth advantage, but turns out I was right and I know ball.
Pretty wild that you ended up being right, but that has certainly been the case this series. Jayson Tatum, 9 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists. He's 4 of 11 from the floor, 1 of 3 from 3. So you'd have liked to have seen a better start from him offensively. He's doing well in the rebounding portion of this game, but your number one player's got to have more than 9 points.
Yeah, Tatum hasn't looked good. He's got off to a decent start, but then he's missed a lot of, I think, easy shots lately. And you want to talk about someone who started hot and cooled off. Jaylen Brown was cooking early. He started the game
4 of 6.
4 for 6 from the field. So if you can do math, it's hard for me, but the math is math in here. He's one of his last 7 shots, which is how he started game 2.
4 from 3.
Jaylen Brown cannot find the stroke from deep, but he has been a player that the Celtics have relied on throughout this playoffs. And that's really the most shocking thing of all this entire series with the Heat. Like, Jaylen Brown, Jayson Tatum, and Malcolm Brogdon were absolutely incredible against Philadelphia and Atlanta. And those three, I got to give you, Tatum's been good, but he's had no-show fourth quarters. But Brogdon and Jaylen Brown have been horrible in this series, which is the reason why the Celtics are so dangerous, is because those two guys, alongside the superstar that Tatum is, have been cooking all playoff long. And then all of a sudden they get to the biggest moment in the Eastern Conference Finals and just shrivel up.
Yeah, Brogdon's been bad. 0-4 from the field. And I was hoping he might be a difference maker for the Celtics tonight. That has not been the case. Robert Williams did not get the start in this game for the first time in this series. He's got 6 points, 4 rebounds, no assists, 3 of 5 from the field. Al Horford did get the start. He hit a couple threes, give Al credit. He looked a little bit better matched up against Bam. 8 points for Al, 2 of 3 from 3, 3 of 4 from the field. So at least Al's playing a little bit better. He was one of the very few bright spots for the Celtics here in the first half. If you're the Celtics, you got to come out and basically said what I said you should have done in the first half, and that's play with energy, get some momentum early, see what you can do to dictate this game. You were not able to do that here in the first half. The deficit got up to as many as 21 points, and now you find yourself in a 15-point hole. You're down 2-0 in this series. You're in trouble. If you lose this game, it is over. It is absolutely, you might as well book the Cancun tickets a little bit early because this series is over. No team in NBA history's come back from a 3-0 deficit. It's not happening this year. I know the Lakers are down 3-0. It's not happening with them. It would not happen in this series. It just cannot be done. So you've got to come out and you got to at least make this a game going into the fourth quarter. Try to make this a 5, 6, 7-point game. Give yourself a chance going into the fourth quarter. And in order to do that, Jaylen Brown has got to start hitting shots. Jayson Tatum's got to start being him. We saw Jayson Tatum have the best 5-quarter stretch in NBA history in the last round. Got to go back to that version of Jayson Tatum if the Celtics want to have a chance in the series and have a chance to win this game. Rolly, I'm going to be right back, my friend.
Alrighty. While Will is gone, I'm going to take advantage of it, and he might not like it, of plug in the Heat Report. We are now at 620 subscribers. Guys, I'm going to make a deal with you. Will is going to the bathroom right now. Come here close. If we get to 630 subscribers before Will comes back, I'm going to make him take a tequila shot. 630 subscribers, and we'll make Will take a tequila shot when he comes back. I'll throw the sub link in the chat on both of you guys if you guys want to see Will take a shot of tequila. We got to hit 10 subscribers before he comes back. Throw in the link in both chats right now. There it is. Subscribe to the Heat Report. We're going to be live every playoff game for the rest of the season, rest of the playoffs, as long as the Miami Heat continue to advance. And we're here every day for normal videos, whether it comes to news, rumors around the NBA draft, NBA free agency, NBA trades. We'll be here all off season as well as the current NBA playoff run we are on. But let's check how many subs we've picked up. We've picked up 2. Can we get to 630 before Will comes back? And I'll make him take a shot of tequila. Let's see if we can get to 630. Links in both chats right now. Do you want to see Will Scott take a tequila shot? If so, hit that subscribe button. I see Denver Nuggets, baby. Congrats to Miami. One hell of a ball club. Respect to Miami. Respect to the Denver Nuggets, baby. But I'm not going to look ahead to a potential matchup just yet. Job's not finished. Maybe it is over there in Denver, but it is not here. 624 subscribers. Can we pick up 6 more before Will returns and he'll have to take a tequila shot? We just hit another one. 5 more subscribers. You got about 30 seconds. I can hear him coming down the hallway. Can we get to 630 subscribers before Will comes back? Links in both chats. Can we get there? Can we get to 625? Or 630, excuse me. Got about 15 seconds. Can we get there? Can we get there? I don't know if y'all want it, man. I see him coming back now. Oh, I really wanted to make Will take a tequila shot. Oh, man. That is unfortunate. Oh, here he comes.
Oh, man. What a shame. No shot for me right now. But if we get a $20 super chat, I'll take a shot.
That's just, we got 626. We got close, but no
You're
cigar.
close. You're close. You're close.
Close, but no cigar. Riley Shea says, make him do it anyway. Listen, we have standards with this company.
If we get to 16,000 subscribers on Celtics, I'm doing it. And right now, let's see what the number is right now. Right now, we are at 15,905. We've gained 105 subscribers, so we are on pace to hit it tonight. So be sure to subscribe. The channel will celebrate with some Patron. And I wouldn't mind doing it right now with the Celtics down 15. All right, game back on. Rolly, Heat have the basketball. That felt like a shorter halftime this time around.
Nah, whatever. Whatever gets the game rolling along, that's what I like to see. Is Gabe Vincent drives in and immediately turns it over. So a
That's
rocky
what you
start.
want. That's what you want if you're the Celtics. Try to make this a game. If you're the Celtics, you cut this to single digits. It's going to get a little bit interesting. Still plenty of time to go.
Oh, man. I honestly don't feel too good right now, guys. I know you guys are feeling good with a 15-point lead if you're a Heat fan. I don't. I just feel like the way the Heat closed that half was not ideal, and I expect the Celtics to make a run. Caleb Martin does start the second half. Kevin Love is probably out for the game.
Tatum to Brown, catch and shoot 3. No, that would have been huge. But somehow Smart gets the offensive rebound, puts it back up and in, plus the foul.
I'm gonna say it right now, Celtics. I think the Celtics are gonna win this game.
Celtics are not done yet.
I am disgusted with how the second half has started. That was a jump ball number 1. What a horrible call.
I don't know how Smart got the offensive rebound there. I really have no idea.
I don't feel good right now, guys.
All right, 12-point game. Rolly, we have a long way to go, and the Celtics are still in this thing.
I don't feel good one bit. The Heat offense has looked horrible the final 4 minutes they've played.
It was a 21-point deficit.
Vincent drives in, layup. Good. That's a big-time answer. Big-time answer. I want to stay positive for you guys, but there's just a bad feeling inside my stomach.
Horford, catch and shoot 3. Hate that shot. Airballs it.
Well,
You're down 14. Must-win game. Season on the line. You got Al Horford shooting 3s with 20 seconds left on the shot clock.
We'll take it. Jimmy the other way. He's going to be met by Derek White. Let's see if the Celtics continue to double him early. They won't do it just yet. Jimmy gets a screen from Bam. Now screened again. White stayed with him. Jimmy inside. Post fade. Good. And the foul.
Wow, that's a late call.
It's about time they have called a foul. Jimmy Butler gets cut underneath every time he takes a jump shot. It's the goddamn right call.
That was a late call. Let's see. How long did that?
They cut under him. You need to give Jimmy space to land. They don't effing do it. They finally give him the call and the foul. Bucket.
That's a big swing. Celtics cut it to 12. Heat on a 5-0 run if Butler can make this. Big swing. Big swing. He made it. Celtics ball down 17. moving from right to left at the Casillas Center. 3:05, Miami, Florida. Jaylen Brown, left wing dribble, top of the key now, takes it in. Jaylen Brown, layup, good. It is a 15-point deficit.
Jimmy Butler's been playing a little point guard in this game. I'm not going to lie. He's been bringing up the ball a lot. He's going to be guarded by Marcus Smart. Wouldn't be surprised if Smart said at halftime, I want that matchup. Bam has it at the top of the key now. No offense whatsoever. They get to Jimmy, who's now guarded by White off of a switch. Jimmy drives into the paint, kicks it back out to Strus. Strus for three. Straight on. The Strus is loose. 18-point lead for Miami. I got nervous. They responded. That's what this team has done all postseason long. I got to respect it.
If Miami makes this, I think, a 23 or 24-point game, it's over. Al Horford for three again. He missed it.
Jimmy Butler with the rebound. They're going to call foul on a little bit of argument here between Martin and Smart. What is going on? I don't know what to call. I don't know if it's an argument, a little bit of talk. I don't know what the foul call is. It looks like everybody's heading back to the other side, so I think it'll be Miami possession.
I mean, what an absolute joke. Al Horford is jacking up threes, season on the line.
Now, I don't know what the call is. I'm trying to listen. I can't.
I mean, Al Horford needs to come out of the game. I know he hit 2 threes. He's not going to hit another one. Get him out of this game. What is going on, by the way, here?
I have no clue.
Anyone in the chat wants to let us know?
It seems like they're reviewing something. Here's the replay. Okay. They're reviewing for a possible flagrant or technical on Marcus Smart.
Smart already has one technical in this game.
Yeah, so this could be an ejection. Marcus Smart goes in on Caleb Martin. Caleb Martin boxes him out, and it looks like Smart extends his hand.
I think Smart's going to get ejected.
Pushes in his back or pushes the back of Martin's head.
He low-key takes a swing. I think Marcus Smart's going to be out of this game.
If
this is a better angle right here.
No. I think that should just be a normal foul call.
From that angle, I don't think that should be a technical foul.
It should be a foul for sure on Marcus Smart. It should not be upgraded whatsoever. There was a little bit more physicality than usual from Marcus Smart, but nothing that would arise to a flagrant or technical in my book. And I would hate to see Marcus Smart get ejected in a game like this because of kind of a weak play like that. Just a standard foul, Miami ball out of bounds.
And that's the right call.
The right
call. From the angle that we're looking at now, it looked a little bit more suspect. But from the angle that was straight on, I don't think that should be a technical foul.
Smart's elbow goes out a little bit, but doesn't hit anything. If Smart's elbow connects in the back of Martin's head or back, I could see it getting elevated to a flagrant. But his little this doesn't get hit anything, so just a standard foul call.
By the way, Celtics fans in the chat are already talking about the offseason and how the Celtics might go after John Morant.
That would be quite the interesting pairing.
No thanks.
Miami comes the other way up 18.
I'll say that again.
At the top
no
of the
thanks.
Key. Bam. Grant Williams is checked into the game for Derek White. Derek White gets the plug pulled on him early. Jimmy Butler guarded by, and they're going to call a moving screen on Bam. I wonder if this game is going to be tightly called from here on out. Certainly feels like it might.
I think the officiating's been pretty fair in this game.
But I just think they're.
I hear you.
I'll be honest, I don't really know where the foul's on that one. But okay.
Yeah. Grant Williams with the basketball, being guarded by Strus. Hands off Brown, and now we're going to have a moving screen on Boston. You're right. This game is going to be called very tight, Nick.
I think this game is going to start getting called very tight because that was back-to-back offensive foul calls. I will say Al Horford's is much more clear than Bam's was because Al Horford takes a couple steps and lowers the shoulder a little bit into Bam for a screen. But, yeah, right call both ways around, I guess. Strus has it now on the other end. Strus uses the screen, lob to Bam on your head! Grant Williams, take a seat, young fella, on your dome. Bam, sign the poster.
That was just nasty. Grant Williams just...
Turnover, Miami the other way. Vincent, pull up three. Good!
Wrap it up. It's over. Wrap it up.
Good!
It's over.
Send these losers back to Boston, please. To quote Ari Gold, get the F out.
Yeah. Cancun. I'll see you there, Celtics. Might have a margarita on the beach. Round of golf sounds nice. Maybe try to hit a bar or something down there. Probably go all-inclusive route to get down there. Maybe swim with the dolphins. I do love dolphins. Maybe some ultimate. They have ultimate frisbee down there. That sounds fun.
I think they have it everywhere.
Some beach soccer. Man, it's gonna be a heck of a trip. I'll see you there.
Well, I know the scoreboard is maybe getting a little bit out of hand, but make sure you do subscribe. Excuse me, I wanted to push likes here. If you're enjoying the game, like the video. We got 60 likes on the Heat Report. Let's get to 80. Why not? Let's get to 80. We got 180 people watching. Let's get to 80 likes. And on Celtics today, 906 people
900 watching.
And only 212 likes.
Be sure to... I'm keeping track of our subscribers, by the way. You ready for this updated subscriber count? 15,919. I hope Celtics fans still join us here because it's getting to be a little bit out of hand. But please be sure to subscribe to the channel. Taking a shot when we get to 16,000 subscribers. Let me tell you, it's going to be an interesting week on Celtics today.
Scooter Green saying Tatum is the best player in the NBA. I certainly tell you what, he has not played like it. Brian Gonzalez, you know I love you. You're a real one of the OGs on this channel while it's just starting out already. But you saying we won already, it scares me a little bit. I don't like that. I know we're up 23. We're feeling
By
good
the way,
at the
this
Kaseya
was
Center. But we need to stay locked in, Brian. Look at me. Eyes to eyes right here. Stay locked in. Stay through the moment. Don't celebrate until the clocks hit 0 and we're up 3-0.
By the way, this was a 12-point game like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah. Big-time response by the Heat. I believe they're on a 13-2 run once the Celtics cut it to 12, and I said I wasn't feeling too good. Heat 13-2 run. Good defense, good buckets. I know, Brian, we're all excited, but I'm a big believer of jinxing yourself, and I don't want us to all look ahead to the finals and say we're already moving there, and it's not yet, because I just don't like that, personally.
I mean, with how good the Celtics are, you certainly can't count them out. But, man, they did not show up today. I think this team has given up. And, my goodness, if they gave up in this game, are they even going to show up for Game 4? I mean, they might show up 30 minutes before tip because they'll be enjoying the beach in Miami. I mean, wild. Wild, wild, wild.
Well, let's see here. Oh, boy, did we return the favor? Oh, this is what I love. I love Jimmy Butler more than anyone, man. If you remember in Game 1, Al Horford hit a 3 early in the first quarter when they went up 12, and he pointed up.
He got a technical?
Yeah, I think he got a technical.
Oh, my gosh.
That's funny.
He's laughing it off.
Yeah, and no, Max Strus got a technical.
For what?
Al Horford, I don't know. Al Horford looked at the Heat bench and went like this, says you needed a timeout. Jimmy just returned the favor. That's why I love him, dude. He just embodies being a Heat player. I love Jimmy Butler more than anyone. Let's fucking go.
Celtics ball. Got to go on a run here. Heat on a 13-3 run. Tatum inside. Shot is good. Deficit is 20 now.
Still got to fight here. Can't fall asleep. Vincent the other way. We'll get a screen from Bam. Vincent rejects it. Vincent sidestep 3. Good! Vincent
When did Gabe Vincent turn into Dwayne Wade?
Vincent is looking like
This has been the difference in the series. One of the big differences, at least.
4 threes
Those
in the
role
game.
players have stepped
points.
up for Miami. Meanwhile, Malcolm Brogdon hadn't scored tonight. Jayson Tatum catch and shoot 3 left wing. No good. Martin the rebound. Hands off Butler. 1,000 watching on C's. Be sure to subscribe.
And Al Horford follows. Oh, that's what I love from Jimmy. Al Horford follows Bam on the off ball. Jimmy drives in, little reversed under windmill. Jimmy is him. But talk about being him. I said at halftime, Gabe Vincent either looks like Brandon Knight or Steph Curry. There is no in between. He's either unconscious from 3 or he'll go 0 for 12. Today, he's unconscious, 4 for 5 from 3. Let's effing go. Max Strus on the handoff. Strus gets it to Bam. Back to Strus on the handoff. On the dive to Bam. Oh, Bam tried to end Tatum's career with a dunk, and Bam is fouled and led to the line. Boy, Bam already has one nasty poster on Grant Williams today. That would have made it 2. Bam's hand would have been tired from signing all these posters. My goodness, he really tried to end Tatum. Oh, Bam has been playing aggressive ever since Game 5 in Milwaukee, and it's just been a terrific sight to see. Wow. Bam makes the first free throw, and it's now a 24-point Heat lead. This has been a complete dominant performance from Miami. They were underdogs to start the game. Just think about that. After winning the first 2 games in Boston, they were underdogs coming in back at the Kaseya Center. What a joke from Vegas. When are we going to get our effing respect? Bam makes both free throws. It's a 25-point game.
Celtics down 25. I wish that was a lie, but they're down 25. Jaylen Brown, right wing, guarded by Vincent to Williams, back to Brown to Grant Williams. Grant Williams punt fake. Williams takes it in. The floater is good. 79-56 the score. 7.5 to play in the third. Still plenty of time.
Bam the other way, hands it off to Jimmy. Jimmy guarded by Tatum. They're sagging off. Jimmy elects to not shoot the 3. He'll step back. Gets it to Bam, guarded by Williams. Williams gets it back to Jimmy. Jimmy pull up midi, in and out.
I think that's the first mid-range shot he's missed all playoffs. Jayson Tatum. He takes it inside. Oh, he's denied.
Great defense from Bam. Now the Heat are on a break. 4-on-2 break for the Heat. Jimmy gets it to Gabe Vincent in the corner for a 3. Doesn't take it. Now we'll get to Caleb Martin for 3. Vincent heading back on defense because he knows it's good. Caleb Martin again for 3. It's his foot was on the line. He does it every time.
On the line again. Tatum pump fake. Tatum lost the ball.
Caleb Martin the other way, out to Strus with a lay-in. See ya, losers. Get out of here. You're too soft, Boston. You're too soft. This is our house.
Curtains. In the words of my good friend Brandon Jones, curtains.
These
Game is
Celtics
over.
are an embarrassment. Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett and Larry Bird should be ashamed of this Boston Celtics team. Mentally soft, physically soft, overpowered by an 8 seed.
Hey, Nick, you want to start our post-game show right now? Because this game is over, the series is over, and quite frankly, the season is over for the Boston Celtics. This game has been absolute embarrassment. Everybody on the Celtics should be embarrassed right now by this effort. This is an embarrassing night for the organization. This is an embarrassing night for the city. This is just an all-around bad night for the franchise. You were on the verge of getting swept. You are the NBA. You came into this series as the favorites to win the NBA Finals, and you are about to get swept by a team that, quite frankly, yeah, they've been playing great, but you are the better team on paper. There's no excuse for this.
Yeah,
Michael, let's put our Super Chat menu back on screen.
As we did get our first Super Chat of the night by Josiah.
Cheers
Appreciate
to
you.
Dumbbell emoji. Cheers to you. Ghostman231. Shout out to you as well with the Super Chat. The Clippers tried harder. The Clippers with Russ. You're not kidding. I think the Clippers with Russ would have given the Heat a better series, quite frankly. That might have gone to 5. I don't think this series goes to 5 at this point.
Tom Sipe in the Heat Report chat saying at least the Knicks put up a fight. You're right. And I know you're close, good friends with a guy named Smitty. Tell him that his favorite team is an absolute embarrassment to the sport of basketball.
Super Chat menu, $5 for beer cheers. I know Michael Spack wants us to start drinking here. $20 for a tequila shot. I could use one right now, Michael. Any Super Chat will shout you out. Shout to Ghostman and Josiah for Super Chatting just now. First Super Chats of the night. $10 Super Chat to enter our raffle entry for the Real Win shirt. We got to get to $50 total for that to happen. Right now, we have 942 people watching on Celtics. We need about 70 more subscribers to hit 16,000. If we do that, I'll take a tequila shot. So be sure to hit that subscribe button below.
Yeah, we got Antoine Johnson, coming into the chat. What's up, guys? Let's go Heat. What's up, Antoine? If you're a Heat fan, make sure you subscribe to the Heat Report channel. I'm just throwing that in the Celtics Today link. And if you want to hop over to our Heat live stream, where we are live right now, you could hang out with more Heat fans, diehard Heat fans like C-Note, Brian Gonzalez, Retro, Elias, Samuel, Donovan, Major Hurricane. We got a bunch of legends in the chat celebrating and having fun with our Miami Heat. Oh, Donovan Diet says, I subbed. That's because you're a real one. You're a stud, Donovan. Don't ever think other than that, by the way. You're a stud.
Josiah, another super chat, $3 coming in. We appreciate you, Josiah, providing some much-needed positive energy here. We appreciate Josiah, $3 super chat. Cheers to you, my friend. Thanks for the super chat.
Joshy Boy 2K, honestly, that's funny. I would be intrigued to see what ESPN does if we go up 3-0. If we go up 3-0, I wonder if they'll keep it at like 70%. Those jokes at ESPN. Play is back in action, and we start with a Jayson Tatum missed three. Heat have the ball. Let's make this 30 points by the end of this quarter and just let's go home. Already up 27. Let's get 30. Jimmy has it guarded by Robert Williams. Jimmy is going to get an ISO. Bam coming to set a screen. Nope, he's going to get in the post guard by Tatum. Bam faces Tatum up. Jab step inside. Little post fade. No, he's going to kick out to Strus, who has to chuck a three. Oh,
almost went in. Brown the rebound. 6 minutes to go, third quarter. Brown. This is just desperation mode for the Celtics.
They're just chucking threes.
He just chucked a three. No good. Martin the rebound for Miami.
Caleb Martin will push. He hands it off to Strus, who gets it back to Jimmy, and they'll slow things down a little bit. Grant Williams switched on to Jimmy now. Now it's Robert Williams. Jimmy in the corner. They're going to double Jimmy. Pocket pass to Caleb Martin inside. Tough layup on Tatum's dome. Caleb Martin says, I'm the best wing in this goddamn series. 29-point lead.
What a joke. Jaylen Brown basketball. Left end. Robert Williams strip by Gabe Vincent.
What a play by Gabe, and he'll push. He's met by Tatum. Gabe has he three. Tatum eyeballs. Oh, missed. But Bam with fighting for the rebound, and he's fouled. That's what I love about this Miami Heat team. Up 29 in Game 3. Doesn't matter. We're fighting tooth and nail like we're down 5. That's Heat culture in a nutshell. And I absolutely live for it. Let's go. Reggie Miller's talking about how there's no sense of urgency for the C's right now, and he's absolutely correct. It's a 29-point game, and they're jacking threes, and they're not even fighting on the offensive glass.
Embarrassing performance. Embarrassing.
Bam at the line for two. His first, good. 30-point game. 30-point game. As we did get another super chat from Let's Go Brandon crossed out. If Tatum had Grant Williams' competitiveness. Thoughts on that, Will?
I really don't have many positive things to say about Grant Williams in this series, but he does play with heart. So, yeah, I don't necessarily disagree. Tatum has just not been in his bag this series, especially down the stretch.
Bam made both free throws, a 31-point lead.
Brown misses a three. Jimmy Butler the rebound.
They might trade Jaylen Brown this offseason just because how much he sucked in the series.
He's thinking about Houston. He's thinking about that barbecue he's going to get down in Houston with Ime Udoka.
Jimmy Butler guarded by Robert Williams on the left side of the court. Jimmy's just dribbling between his legs. He's just trolling right now. Jimmy drives in and is fouled. He'll head to the line. Oh, my. This Heat team is just toying with the Celtics. And we get another super chat from Josiah. And
Josiah.
Josiah is now sent in $7 in the last 2 minutes.
What a stud.
And for that fact, I'm cracking open my beer here.
You know what? I am as well. Shout out to Josiah. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I know you're struggling.
Cheers.
But we're having the time of our lives right now.
Cheers.
Heat now have a 32-point lead. And Heat Report channel or chat. I know I've been on you guys. I'm not celebrating too early, but I'm starting to turn the page here, and I think we could already say we're up 3-0 in this series. If we blow a 33-point lead in 16 minutes, I might never recover. So let's just hope we're good on that end. The Celtics haven't scored in 3 minutes of game time.
Jaylen Brown with the basketball. Guarded by Bam. Brown, top of the key, dribble, bounce pass Brogdon. Brogdon still hasn't scored in the second half. Misses that shot. Robert Williams has been a bright spot. He puts it back up and in after the offensive rebound.
I'll be honest with you, Will. Robert Williams is the only one playing with heart in this game. He's the only one that showed up. He's been fighting. He's been fighting. It hasn't really helped, but he certainly has been trying.
He's been a better matchup against Bam than Horford has been.
Lowry gets it to Strus. Strus tries to go for the pocket pass to Bam, but it's a kickball out of bounds. Heat 31-point lead. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. And at this point, we might just be counting down the minutes until this one goes final and the Heat have a 3-0 lead. Who would have ever thought that the Miami Heat, down 5 with 5 minutes to go in the final play-in game, is now 1 game away from the NBA Finals, up 3-0. My goodness. Jimmy Butler will have to shoot a shot late in the shot clock. Turnaround midi, no good.
Williams the rebound. Jaylen Brown pushing it. Now Brogdon to Derek White to Tatum. Please make this, JT. Wide open. He missed it.
Rebound Butler. We'll see that super chat from Cohen. We'll get to it in a second. Jimmy Butler in transition to Cody Zeller, and Zeller is fouled. And we have a $20 super chat from Cohen Hartman. And you know what that means? We taking tequila shots.
Taking some tequila shots. Shoot, I don't have my shot glass.
Yes, you do. I brought one in here for you.
Oh, here it is. It's hiding from me.
What? This guy. All right. Cody Zeller misses the first free throw. He's a bum. All right. Tequila shot time. Said, drink up, gentlemen. Go Heat. Jimmy Butler is that guy. Cohen, if you haven't subscribed to the Heat Report channel, please do so. Diehard Heat fan here. We're trying to go and expand that channel.
By the way, 60 subscribers away on Celtics from 16,000. Be sure to hit that subscribe button right now. Let's try to make one positive thing happen tonight.
Cody Zeller missed both free throws. Derek White now has it as Will takes the shot. And the Celtics turn it over. We also did get a couple super chats from Josiah sent in this. Of another $4 and with another $4, which is some more beer cheers, as Max Strus faces up for corner 3. No good. Rebound Celtics.
Josiah, man, you've been a real one. As Derek White heaves one up, that's no good. Celtics just throwing up desperation threes.
Lowry the other way. Lowry will reset the offense. Man, this Celtics offense has been horrid. I wonder if they get to 90 points tonight. I don't think they will. Jimmy Butler swings to Kyle Lowry, who pump fakes, drives in, and turns it over. That will be on Shaqtin' a Fool. Jimmy Butler's telling Kyle Lowry to go up with it. Let's go, Brandon Super Chats again. Nick, how do you feel about the competition out west? Well, I said I don't want to talk about that team that is the Denver Nuggets right now because I want to focus at the problem at hand as the Celtics turn it over again. Great hands from Gabe Vincent.
How many freaking turnovers tonight, man?
But I will say this. The Denver Nuggets have been the best team in this postseason. The second best team in this postseason has been the Heat. So if you want the two best teams that are playing the best right now, you might get it in Heat Nuggets. It's Jimmy Butler, step back mid-range on Robert Williams. No good. Rebound Celtics.
Derek White crosses midcourt. Approaching the 2-minute mark in the third. Smart has it right wing. Cross court, White. White catch and shoot 3. Rattles out.
They cannot buy one. I'm not even going to say this. They've been chucking up threes, but they haven't even been that bad of looks. They just can't buy one right now.
By the way, to answer my previous question, 13 turnovers tonight for Boston.
Wow.
Feels like more than that, honestly.
Lowry drives inside. Floater, no good. Rebound Marcus Smart. Outlet pass to Tatum. Tatum will dunk it. It's the first points from Jayson Tatum in a long time, and it is 60-89. Timeout Miami, because Miami has been a little stagnant here. I know they still lead by 29, but they've been playing bad basketball the past 2 minutes, and even though that they've got this big lead, I hate watching bad basketball get played. As we did get a $5 super chat
Ghostman.
from Ghostman.
Got the super chats flowing.
Tatum can never be himself. He tried to be Kobe at the finals, failed. Now what is this time? Trey with Ben Simmons. Oh, he's Trey with Ben Simmons. Screw it, Butler attack. Switching sides to the Heat. Love it.
Ghostman, cheers to you. We appreciate super chat.
Brian, I know I said you were
Need
celebrating
60
too early.
more subscribers, by the way. Hit that subscribe button.
Brian, but you were celebrating this game when it was a 12-point game, and at that point in time, it was anybody's game. Now we can confidently say the Heat will be up 3-0 in this series.
And I think we can confidently say this series is over.
It's not over until it's
I'm trying to get you, Nick, to admit it's over so you jinx it. That is what I'm trying to do.
Listen, I'll say this. If there's a team that could come back from 3-0, it's this Celtics team because they have all the talent in the world.
And they have home court.
But make sure you are subscribed to the Heat Report. That's A-Rod and Anthony Edwards together. DJ Khaled's in the building. But we have 220 people watching on the Heat Report, 639 subscribers. Can we get to 700 tonight? If we get to 700 tonight, I'll take some shots, I'll take some drinks, and I'll say this. I like our chances to win the NBA Finals if we hit 700 subscribers tonight. So hit that sub button. It is Heat ball. They're getting full court pressed. Caleb Martin will dribble it up. Minute 40 to go. 29-point lead. Caleb Martin gets it to Cody Zeller. Zeller hands it off to Duncan Robinson. Robinson swings it to Butler. Butler looking inside for Zeller. They get it to him. Zeller's guarded by Derek White. Just back him down and put up a right hook. And Zeller floater, good. Back to a 31-point lead. That's how you take advantage of an undersized guard defending a center.
Jayson Tatum, crossover dribble. He has not been good tonight. To Brogdon, he also has not been good. To Derek White, who hasn't done much. 4-3, that's good. Deficit 28. A minute to play, third quarter.
Jimmy guarded by Tatum. He crosses half court with just a minute to go. Jimmy top of the key, now guarded by Robert Williams. Jimmy fakes the handoff to Duncan. Now Jimmy will ISO, step back, mid-range, good. Jimmy Butler with an answer to put the lead back up to 30.
42 seconds to play. Celtics are getting absolutely destroyed. Tatum for three, too strong. Marcus Smart the rebound, out to Brogdon. Brogdon thought about it, back Tatum. Tatum another three, no good.
Rebound, Cody Zeller, great box out.
Tatum has been
Lowry.
horrendous.
There's a 2-second differential between shot and game clock. The Heat will hold for final possession, which means the Miami Heat will have no less than a 30-point lead entering the fourth quarter. The Kaseya Center is on their feet, absolutely celebrating a dominant performance from the Heat tonight. Butler guarded by Robert Williams. Butler drives right, step back, mid-range, no good. And that will be the end of the quarter. And the Heat will enter the fourth with a 30-point lead. My goodness.
I just did not see this coming, Nick. And I was worried about the Celtics coming into Miami, being down 2-0, what kind of energy they were going to come out with tonight. But they have completely laid an egg. And you are now down 3-0. This is just shocking. Just an absolute shocking performance.
And as we've done through the first two games, it's fourth quarter time. So spam your fours. One more quarter to go.
Celtics fans, spam those fours.
Brian, you said you're on your feet too. That's what we love to hear. All the Heat fans should be standing, getting loud at wherever you're watching, whether it be in the arena, at the Chat Sports Studios like I am, at your home, at a bar, wherever you are, stand up and applaud this Heat team for putting an absolute show on at the Kaseya Center, proving those losers at ESPN wrong and the Vegas losers that had the Celtics favored in this game.
Brian Gonzalez, and the words of DJ Khaled, we the best. Nakota Snow, spamming those fours. Josiah with another super chat. We're almost at 50, so if you want to enter the shirt raffle, $10 gets you, and that would put us over 50, which means the raffle is a go. $10 to enter our shirt raffle. We're at $46 in Super Chats right now. I'm just stunned. By the way, need 55 more subscribers on Celtics today to reach 16,000. If you're not subscribed, be sure to do that right now. Subscribe to the channel.
As we did get another super chat from Josiah. Just been absolutely a legend here.
Josiah's been rolling. Josiah, you know what? The Celtics did not show up tonight.
But
Josiah did. And shout out Josiah.
Josiah, you know, I know you like sending in those super stickers, but if you want to send a little text where we can either respond to what you're thinking or if you want to ask us something, go ahead. Don't have to just send us the super stickers.
I'm already working on...
But we appreciate you, Josiah, because you've been stepping up in the second half.
I'm already working on my golf swing for Cancun here. We're playing some golf tomorrow, Rolly.
Yes, we are.
What are you setting the odds at for me beating you tomorrow? I would not say it's very good considering I'm going through a swing change and a grip change.
Well, I don't want to be mean, but I say I'm favored minus 450.
Minus 450? Honestly, I was expecting you to say a little bit higher than that. Like you
minus
shot
450 is a lot.
You shot an 83. I don't think I've beaten you.
No.
So I've never beaten you. We've played together several times.
Yeah, about 3 times. 3, 4
and
times.
You shot an 83 yesterday, and you said, that was an okay round for you. That's my best round ever is an 83.
Yeah,
at the same course.
If any of you guys are golf heads or dimple heads out there, I shot an 83. I left about 5-1 out there. I'm not going to kid you. I pulled a Scotty Scheffler and missed about 4 5-footers. I was disgusted with myself.
Nick, I'm swinging at the air, but what else? I mean, it's better than watching this game. Down 30.
Yeah.
Josiah, we appreciate you, man.
Yeah, you've been a real one, man. People like you is why we do it. Love it.
Tatum starts the third on the bench. Is he even going to play again?
I honestly doubt if they don't make Sam Hauser's in.
And so is Luke Cornett. So
yeah, I think the Celtics have mailed it in. The Heat have borderline mailed it in. Like, this is a pretty bad lineup. As Grant Williams picks up an offensive foul, Duncan Robinson taking the charge. Lineup for the Heat: Duncan Robinson, Kyle Lowry, Gabe Vincent, Cody Zeller, and I don't think I said Caleb Martin. So there's your 5. So both benches are open. I would probably assume Butler sits. And the most important thing of both these series here is both series are now 3-0 on both conference finals. For the Heat, Jimmy Butler had that ankle injury. He's looked pretty much healthy in this one, but now we'll have hopefully an extended rest go into the finals where he can be full-time. Vincent chucks up a tough corner 3, no good, rebound Smart.
Up ahead, Pritchard. First time we've seen him tonight. Luke Cornett also in, as well as Sam Hauser. Marcus Smart chucks up a 3. No good. Back to Pritch. Pritch pump fake. Pritch drives in the lane, puts up the shot. The foul counted. He's going to the line. Nick, I hate to break it to you, man. Ime Udoka's a rocket.
What does that have to do with this game?
Because Nick said Ime Udoka need him back.
So not me, Nick. That Nick.
Yes.
Okay.
I was talking to Nick Brackett in the chat.
All right. I thought you were talking to me, and I was like, I don't care.
I'm sure you don't. You're very happy right now. You're not thinking about anything else other than going up 3-0 in the series.
Kyle Lowry has it on the side. That was weird. I thought it was a kick ball. I guess not. Lowry inside to Zeller. Zeller floater on the pick and roll. No good. Rebound Celtics. Here come the C's.
Marcus Smart. Crossover dribble. He's in the short corner. Out to Pritchard. Left wing. 10.5 to play. Celtics only down 27. Pritchard takes it in the lane to Cornett. Alley-oop. There we go. See, these reserves are starting to play with some energy. Should have started them. They would have played better than the starters did. Starters put you down 30 points.
25-point game. Duncan Robinson gets a screen, gets it to Zeller. Zeller push shot. Good. Back to 27.
Approaching the 10-minute mark in this game. By the way, 50 subscribers away on Celtics from 16K. Goals to get there by the end of the night. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As Smart drives, he's fouled. I believe he will shoot free throws.
Leave so.
Nick Brackett, not you, Nick, just to clarify that time, saying Rocket's going to get Harden back and be unstoppable with Udoka. Is someone who follows the Houston Rockets pretty closely. Unstoppable is a strong word there. Are they going to be much better? Yes, but getting the 4th pick in the lottery absolutely sucks if you're Houston. If you'd have gotten a top 2 pick, Scooter, Victor, that could have been a playoff team next year. Even a top 6 or 5 seed next year. But I don't think Ahmed Thompson is going to get you a top 5 or 6 seed. I think they'll make the play-in, though, Nick. I think they'll make the play-in game next year, at the very least.
Lowry now has it, gets a screen from Zeller. Lowry drives left, pump fake, kicks it back out to Duncan Robinson. Swung to Caleb Martin. Martin's going to have to put up a shot. Martin jab step 3 on Marcus Smart, short rebound, Peyton Pritchard.
All right, come on. Let's try to go on a little run here. Pritchard left wing to Hauser. Hauser for 3. That rattles out. Zeller tries to get it, goes off of Zeller. I'll say this, though, in terms of the play-in argument. What the Heat have done here have given future play-in teams hope. Because I think a lot of fans are like, I think I'd rather have a lottery pick than go to the play-in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now it's like, hey, if you get in the play-in, you can go all the way.
Peyton Pritchard, step back 3, no good. Good rebound by Cody Zeller there.
Now, I know an 8 seed has never won the NBA Finals. Has an 8 seed ever made the NBA Finals?
Once. 1999, the New York Knicks made it and played the San Antonio Spurs, and they got absolutely whopped.
I think that was Popovich's first ring.
There was
or was his second ring?
I believe second.
Second ring? Okay.
Because it was the last one with Robinson and Tim Duncan. I think it was Duncan's second. Maybe. I think I'm wrong. But
And Kyle Lowry and Marcus Smart tangled up there. Foul is called with 9 minutes, 11 seconds to go. Aiden Pierce, ESPN gave the Heat a 3% chance to win this series, which quite frankly I thought was disrespectful.
They've been disrespecting Miami the entire playoff run. It is what it is. But when the Heat were up 3-1 on the Bucks were still favored to win the series. Somehow. Duncan Robinson has it at the perimeter. Pull up mid-range. When have you ever seen that? And it's because he airballed. Here comes Peyton Pritchard.
Pritchard to Smart. Smart for 3. Right wing. Short. Rebound. Hauser back to Smart. Now Grant Williams for 3. No good. Celtics can't make anything. Kyle Lowry fouled.
This game has turned into an absolute shit show.
This is just bad basketball.
It has resulted in bad basketball players taking bad shots, and it's just chaos everywhere, and you just hope from both teams' perspective that no one gets hurt. That's what this game has turned into.
Josiah, you're good, man. You don't have to donate to the sport. You're just supporting by watching this right now.
Yeah, Josiah, you're the man. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Gabe Vincent, pull up mid-range, good. Gabe Vincent's been terrific tonight, man.
Yeah, he's been good, man. And, he had a cold night during Game 2, but in the fourth quarter, he made that big shot, that crossover against Tatum to really seal the win and made the free throw. So I think that gave him the confidence he needed coming into tonight. His Smart drives, blocked by Zeller.
Duncan Robinson, outlet to Caleb Martin. Martin will slow it down. Back to Duncan. Duncan inside. Floater, blocked. Rebound by Sam Hauser. 27-point game. Here comes the Celtics.
Hauser for 3. Yes! Deficit is down to 24. 97-73. Way to go, Sam. Hey, if you get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion and do that 3 times, the Celtics can tie the game. Oh, wait. This is basketball. Your local Ryan is not happy with me. Ryan, we're all miserable. In the words of Christmas Vacation, it's Game 3 and we're all miserable. I'm just trying to put a positive spin here.
The Miami Dolphins dude says, "Will, you're a Celtics fan?" ? Because I watched all your Heat stuff and was hoping you'd be a Heat fan. I think you mean Dolphin stuff because Will is not the host of the Heat Report.
That would be this man, Nic Rohloff.
That would be me.
I cover the Celtics, Miami Dolphins, dude. Celtics. I'm the host of Celtics Day. If you didn't know that, Nick.
I didn't know, but now
Yes.
I know. So I'm glad you told me. Now I do want to say there's about 250 of you guys inside the Heat Report. Please subscribe. Our goal is 700 subscribers. If we hit there tonight, I'm going to take a shot of tequila. I've already taken 2 tonight, one for $600 and one from a $20 super chat, which is the normal price. We're at 643. I want to see how much we can pick up before game action resumes. We're all hanging out, celebrating the Heat taking a 3-0 lead in the Eastern Conference Finals, 1 game away from the NBA Finals. Why not join the Heat Report? Upward trajectory we go, just like the Heat in real life. Let's get it going. Let's get to 700 subscribers.
We are at 15,949 subscribers on Celtics. So we need 51 more to reach 16,000. Let's get some positive vibes going into Game 4. Hit that subscribe button if you want more Boston Celtics coverage. And let me tell you, we are going to have a lot to talk about after this game, a lot to talk about this offseason. There's going to be a lot of talk about should the Celtics blow it up? Should they move on from Joe Mazzulla? That's going to be covered here on the channel. So be sure you subscribe to stay in the loop with the Boston Celtics.
Elias Hernandez here says, I think if the Heat somehow acquired Jalen Brunson, we'd have a dynasty with a Hero and Bam. So you're saying a big three of Jalen Brunson, Tyler Hero, and Bam. Brunson and Bam would be one hell of a duo, and I'm assuming you're talking about this post-Jimmy Butler era, so when Jimmy's contract is up, which is another 3 years, and Jimmy's an older player, he's 33, 34, so this would be the end of his contract and likely end of his career. You're saying big four with Jimmy. Well, I don't know how the Heat would be able to acquire Brunson, and ironically enough, if you flash back a year, the Heat actually met with Jalen Brunson in free agency before he signed with the New York Knicks. Now, it seemed like Jalen Brunson was using the Heat as leverage to get more money out of the Knicks, but could you imagine if the Heat closed a deal with Brunson in free agency? Would have been something. We did get a super chat from Randy Hogan.
Randy, we appreciate you. Excuse me. If Celtics getting swept means goodbye to Marcus Smart, it's a W. Look, Smart is the longest tenured Boston Celtic. He's been a lot to the franchise. He has not been very good in the series. Is he going to be back next year? Probably. But I will say this, Randy, there are going to be some massive changes made this offseason. If Jaylen Brown doesn't sign that contract extension worth more than $50 million a year, he might get traded. I don't know if Joe Mazzulla is going to be kept on staff. I don't think he deserves to be fired, but some Celtics fans might disagree with me there.
I'll say this, Will.
With just the state of the NBA right now, I mean, we've seen some surprising coaching changes.
Gabe Vincent hits a deep, deep three after discarding Peyton Pritchard. It's back to a 27-point game as the Heat have reached 100 points. Vincent has 23. But to go back on that point on Joe Mazzulla, listen, it's tough to fire.
Luke Cornett
banked in a corner three.
There you go.
It's tough to fire a coach after, in his first year, you make the Eastern Conference Finals, right? But I think what these playoffs have showed you is Mazzulla is not on the top tier of coaches. But my question is, who's going to replace him? If you get Nick Nurse, now you can talk. But I think it's a bold move to get rid of Mazzulla, hoping you can get Nick Nurse. Because outside of Nick Nurse, I don't really know if there's any clear upgrades. As Grant Williams connects.
All right, 21-point game. 100-79.
Vincent drives the other way. Layup plus the foul.
Gabe Vincent's had a game, man.
Big answer from Gabe Vincent as the Celtics cut it to 21 points, and it goes right back up to 23. Vincent has played incredible today. What a game from Gabe Vincent.
I'm with you. I don't think you can fire Joe Mazzulla, first-year head coach that led your team to the conference finals. He got that contract at the All-Star break. He'd be firing him a few months into that new contract. I just don't think that's going to happen. But you look at some of these firings, man. Monty Williams didn't deserve to get fired. I don't think Budenholzer deserved to get fired 2 years after winning a championship. I think Doc Rivers deserved to get fired. That surprised some people that he did. I don't know why. Apparently Embiid was shocked by that, not happy. But there's been some surprising moves made here, and there's very little margin of error when you feel like, when your front office feels like you have a championship roster and you don't get it done. I'll say this. What puts Mazzulla on the hot seat somewhat is the state is Zeller goes in tonight. What puts Missoula on the hot seat is the way this series has gone down. If Boston loses this series in 6 or 7 games, there's no way he gets fired. But the fact that you're probably going to get swept, you lose game 3 by 20-plus points, that's what puts Missoula a little bit on the hot seat here.
Yeah, and I'll say this. Elias Hernandez says it in the chat, poor Joe Missoula was unfortunate. He just had to go up against the coach Spo, who, without an exaggeration, is the best coach in the NBA, as Caleb Martin hits a 3.
But I'll also say this. The Celtics have been inconsistent all playoffs. The Hawks
been inconsistent all year.
The Hawks, well, I'm going to disagree with you there. They've been inconsistent since the All-Star break. Before the All-Star break, they were playing like the best team in the league, as Pritchard lays it up and in. They were playing like a team that looked championship-bound, quite frankly. Since the All-Star break, they've been inconsistent. They went from the 1 seed to the 2 seed. The Hawks should not have taken them to 6 games. You almost lose that Philadelphia series. You blow some games early on as Vincent knocks down the 3. He's been ridiculous.
Cannot miss. Holy shit. Gabe Vincent pulling 3 again. This is just unbelievable shot making. Gabe Vincent has 29 points.
Cornette, missed it. 26-point game.
Duncan Robinson pull up 3 in transition. Good. Bam Adebayo is dancing on the bench because it is raining 3s in Miami. And I'll say it again. Miami runs on Duncan. It is now a 29-point game, Forgot to update the score as back-to-back-to-back 3s between Vincent, Caleb Martin, and Duncan Robinson. The Heat bench is absolutely taking a beating to the Celtics team in this series.
No joke. All right, we're 40 subscribers away on Celtics. Put a sub-read up there. I'm trying to get there by the end of the night. 40 subscribers away on Celtics from 16,000. Be sure to subscribe. I know the Celtics are losing, but let me tell you what. We're going to have you covered this offseason. Obviously, if the Celtics don't come back this series, I'm not trying to be negative, but I don't think they're coming back. So we're going to have you covered this offseason. Is Joe Mazzulla going to get fired? Is Marcus Smart going to get moved? Is Jaylen Brown going to get moved? Who are they going to trade for? There's going to be a lot of stuff that happens. So subscribe to the channel. How many subscribers can we get in the next minute? Trying to get to 16,000 subscribers by the end of this game. Subscribe. Stay tuned. We got a post-game show coming your way right after this game. A lot to talk about. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. 20 seconds to go. How many new subscribers can we get on both channels, but especially Celtics? We're so close. Subscribe. 10 seconds. How close can we get to 16,000? How close can we get to 16,000? How close can we get to 16,000? Well, we didn't gain 1 subscriber. That's okay. Still 40 away. We might get there game. We'll probably get there game 4 if we don't get there tonight. It's that type of night for us, guys. All right, we gained 3 subscribers there. That's not bad. 37 away. 37 away. 800 people still watching.
Dan McLeod says, Spo, coach of the playoffs. Well, let's just be honest here. Erik Spoelstra
He's the best coach in the league.
Is the best coach in the NBA, and it's been that way for the past 5 years. And I'll say this, and it fires me up and makes my blood boil every time I think of this. But Erik Spoelstra does not have 1 Coach of the Year award to his resume. And to me, that is a joke. He put the egos together in the Big 3 era, won a couple championships. He took bad, mediocre rosters to the playoffs between 2015 and 2018. And then once Jimmy Butler joined this Heat team with Bam and Tyler Hero, they have made the Eastern Conference Finals 3 times in 4 years and are going to be most likely, unless they blow a 3-0 lead, going to the NBA Finals 2 times in 4 years with Jimmy, Bam, Tyler, even though Tyler hasn't played this.
By the way, Dave Portnoy has already left the arena. So Dave Portnoy was at the game. He said sayonara. He's out. He was saying Celtics in 6 before this game. I don't know if he's going to be saying Celtics in 7 after this game.
Yeah, Brian Gonzalez, you said we needed a better Vincent, and he's doing good. Listen, if you go back to the series against the Knicks, Gabe Vincent had back-to-back 20-point games in games 1 and 2 against the Knicks. What'd he do in the final 4 games when the Heat barely held on to win in 6? 7 points, 3 points, 6 points, 7 points. Gabe Vincent was bad in the final 4 games. Now, what has Gabe Vincent done in the first 3 games of this series? Oh, he's lit it up. So when Gabe Vincent is good and you get a good scoring Gabe Vincent, this team is unbelievable. As Heat fans, we have a Nikola Jovic sighting. Our first-round pick from this year, who I am very bullish on. I think he could be an absolute star in this league. 6'10", can shoot the lights out. As Duncan Robinson shoots a 30-footer and makes it. This is just incredible. This is unbelievable.
Pritchard goes to the rack, gets fouled, plus the bucket, going to the line. Man, Duncan Robinson. And you know what? I know I sound like a broken record at this point, Nick, but a huge difference in this game has been the role players. I mean, Gabe Vincent's gone for 29 tonight. Caleb Martin went for 25 last game. Duncan's having a night. We just haven't seen that from the Celtics role guys.
As missed free throw from Pritchard, and there's 4 minutes left in the game. I honestly am so intrigued to see Nikola Jovic get some shots up. Let him cook, Spo. Let him cook. Wow, a lot of fans have left the arena in Miami. Hate to see them leave, but at least it's for good reasons. You know, I saw someone in the chat pregame say, Nick, could you take a shot if Haywood Highsmith plays tonight? I don't know if you're still in the chat, but because Haywood Highsmith is in the game, I'm taking a shot. Now, respect to Haywood Highsmith because he actually played a pivotal role in the Heat winning that series against the Knicks, but here's a shot. As Duncan lights up a 3, but he's fouled and he'll head to the line. Oh, Nikola Jovic is in the game. Fires me up. Nikola Jovic is in the game. That fires me up. I think Nikola Jovic is going to be a stud. But
I like that pick a lot.
But I will be honest, if the Heat want to upgrade the roster again and maybe cash in 3 first-round picks, Tyler Hero, for a legit third star to make a borderline big 3 like it was in the old days in 2012, 2013, I think Jovic would have to be in that package, which is unfortunate.
I don't know. Heat might want to run it back, especially if they win it all.
How many times can you run it back, though? That's my question.
Right.
Because they ran it back after the bubble. Didn't go so well. And they ran it back.
Does the return theory apply to the NBA?
Yes.
Interesting.
But they ran it back this year because they only lost P.J. Tucker, and they didn't add anyone new to this roster outside of Nikola Jovic.
Muscala, no good. Cornette the rebound. Pritchard in the corner, 3.5 to play. Pritchard bounce past Cornette, back to Muscala, to Hauser. Hauser cuts inside. Spin move, no good. Offensive rebound, Cornette, no good. Foul underneath.
Omer Yurtseven is also checked in for Miami. This has been an interesting cast of characters checking in the final 4 minutes here.
32 subscribers away on Celtics from 16K.
Are they chanting for UD? Hold on.
Oh, my God. That'd be awesome.
Hold on, well. Yeah, they're chanting Udonis Haslem at the Cassius Center, which is absolutely electric. I don't know if Spo's going to do it. The bench is smiling, looking down at UD.
He's looking down at him.
Put him in. Put UD in. Take out Yurtseven or Lowry and put him in. Let Jovic run point while Lowry sits on the bench. Come on, put in Haslem. Put in Haslem. Yurtseven has it.
Oh, the crowd would go nuts.
Gets it to Lowry. Lowry drives. Gets it back to Yurtseven.
I want to be entertained. I've not been entertained. I want to see Haslem in this game.
Yurtseven misses a jump hook. We're 3 minutes to go in the game. Heat lead by 28. Heat in transit or Celtics.
Come on, put Haslem in the game. We want Haslem. We want Haslem. Come on, Spo, he's going to do it.
He's
Spo's going to do it.
Laughing.
Spo's going to do it.
Come
on.
Guys, I honestly think Udonis Haslem has told Spo, do not put me in the game. I refuse to go in. But it still can't stop me from doing a Udonis Haslem chant. Udonis Haslem. Honestly, doesn't get enough respect around the league, man.
20 years, man.
I know a lot of people like to clown him for him just basically being a player coach these last 4 or 5 years, but he was so pivotal in the Heat's 3 championships, only 3 titles in team history. He was pivotal in all 3 of those, playing massive roles. So respect to UD. I'll always have love for OG. His number will be going up in the rafters someday. Robinson has it. He will pull up for a tough three. Holy crap, Duncan Robinson is going nuclear. This is unbelievable.
Miami runs on Duncan, man. They have Dunkin' Donuts in Miami, right?
Yep.
They don't really have many in Houston. Gregory with a $5 super chat.
His first ever as Yurtsevin post hook. Good.
That gets us over 50, by the way, so we can do the raffle. But the only super chat we've got north of $10 is Cohen. So if we don't get another one, Cohen might take it home. I might have to put Josiah in that raffle as well, just with how many times he super chatted.
Nikola Jovic with the rebound. Lowry in transition. Lob to Yurtsevin. No good. Jovic with the offensive putback. The young fella gets on the board in his postseason debut, and the Heat's lead is back up to 31 with 2 minutes to go in the game.
And the Celtics throw it away.
Oh, I know people don't like blowouts, but I tell you what, I have thoroughly enjoyed this game.
I'm sure you have, Nick.
We got UD chants in the comment section. You know what? Let's get it going again. I want everybody in the Heat Report channel to spam
Celtics
UD.
fans should be doing it too. I mean,
Spam
I want something
UD.
to get excited about here. We're down 31.
Spam UD in the chat. I'll give shout-outs for every single person who spams UD. Or if you want to go good, OG. UD or OG, goodbye me. Joshy Boy 2K. Pritchard misses another three. Put back Muscala, no good. We got Joshy Boy 2K spamming his UDs. We got Samuel
Raffle is for the real
saying,
one shirt, Benjamin. A chat sports shirt. $10 to enter that raffle. We got Josiah in it right now, and we got who's the other name here? We have Cohen Hartman in it.
We got Gregory Haddock spamming Haslam, Michael Spack, Ice Cube VR, Ghostman, Benjamin, Roblox Time, Fat Squatch, Juan Herrera, Nav Deep Garim, Brian Gonzalez, Maya's World, Riley Shea, David, Charlemagne.
Oh, Duncan lost it out of bounds. 1:20 to go.
Oh, man, it feels good to be up 3-0 in the Eastern Conference Finals, doesn't it, folks?
I'm sure it does, Nick.
It feels damn good. It feels damn good to be dominating these losers that up in Boston.
Is Tyler Hero going to come back for the finals, by the way?
Timetable lines up. That's all I'm going to say. And my question is, do you even want to throw him into the finals with how good this Heat team has played? I don't think you want to step on any of these role players' toes that have been hooping already. Shaq and Chuck getting into it a little bit. Look at this. Look at the square up. That's hilarious. Second best NBA coverage in the world behind us, of course. Heat will look like just hold it out. Haywood Highsmith drives in, kicks it back out to Duncan. Duncan just going to hold it. We'll get a screen from Jovic. Duncan's probably going to have to put one up here if he doesn't pass it off. But he does to Haywood Highsmith, who swings it to Kyle Lowry. His three is up, and his three is good.
31-point deficit again.
The Heat cannot miss in this series. This is unbelievable. Peyton Pritchard inside. He'll kick it out. Grant Williams will kick it out. Pritchard from 40 feet. Good. The Celtics reach 100 points, which I honestly didn't think they were going to do. 35 seconds left. The Heat will likely just dribble it out. And I'm going to put final on the clock. If someone scores, they score. But the Heat will win this game 128-100. The fans that haven't left the arena yet, because they could leave with such a big lead, are on their feet. And the 8-seeded Miami Heat are one game away from sweeping the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Celtics have looked like a bunch of losers, a bunch of softies, and they're acting like it. Looks like Payne Pritchard's going to try to score. What a loser. And he'll pass to Luke Carnett for a dunk, so now I got to change the score. Now they're getting boos. But that will be it. Final 128-102. Your Miami Heat are officially up 3-0
Congratulations.
in the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm not
Congratulations.
Series ain't done.
Congratulations.
Get back on your side.
Congratulations.
Watch yourself. What are you doing here?
Congratulations. I'm trying to jinx you.
No. What are you doing here with the desk?
Oh, shoot. That must have been a ghost.
This guy's unbelievable. Stick around for our post-game show. It'll be queued up in a second.
By the way, I'm spinning the wheel right now for the real one. So we have Josiah and Cohen. Nick, look at this.
I'm watching.
Ready to go? Josiah and Cohen. Who's going to win the real one shirt? It is... Cohen has won the real one shirt. Cohen, if you're still here, message me on Twitter at WillScott44. If you're still here, message me on Twitter at WillScott44. Largest super chat of the night. Be sure to message me on Twitter. Cohen, if you're still here, message me on Twitter at WillScott44. We'll get you your real one shirts. Me and Nick are doing a post-game show here in a second. Steph Curry, I think it's night-night for the Boston Celtics. Unbelievable. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Stay tuned. Post-game coverage coming up.
Make sure the rebounding numbers are right here.
I mean, what an absolute joke of a basketball game that was. 128-102, the final. We'll get you the post-game stats here in a second in our post-game show. Hudson, I like your profile pic, my man. Fins up. No Celtic had more than 14 points in this game.
Jeez.
No Celtics player had more than 14 points in this game.
Holy shit. What if I told you the Celtics out-rebounded the Heat by 22 in this game and still lost by 26?
Got you covered here. Post-game show coming up. Stay tuned. Me and Nic Rohloff going to recap this game, which quite frankly probably puts a bow on this series. No team in NBA history has come back from a 3-0 deficit. I'm not optimistic that it's going to be the case this year. Nick, you just tell me when, my man.
All right, ready? Ready?
Yes, sir. Sorry, I'm just getting the box score up.
All right.
All right, let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
You're watching NBA Now. We are recapping a 128-102 loss for the Boston Celtics to the Miami Heat. The Celtics came into this game down 0-2 in the Eastern Conference Finals. You had to win it. Not only do you lose, you get absolutely destroyed. 128-102. You lose by 26 points. Surprisingly, you out-rebound the Heat by 22 as we look at our box score here. 57-35 was the rebounding margin in this game. That's a shocking stat, quite frankly. In terms of assists, the Heat had one more assist. The Celtics as a team, and this was the big difference, shot 39% from the floor and 26% from three. The Heat shot over 54% from three, 56.8% from the floor. The Heat could not miss tonight. They had multiple contributors in this game. Gabe Vincent had one of the best games of his life, 29 points. As we welcome in the host of the Heat Report, Nic Rohloff. Nick, you got to give Gabe Vincent a lot of credit because he struggled for the most part in Game 2. He had that huge shot to kind of seal the victory in Game 2. I think that gave him the needed confidence to come out here and did what he did tonight.
Well, Gabe Vincent is someone who is not short for confidence. We know that if you're a Heat fan. Hopefully you are watching this version on the Heat Report channel. He is not scared to shoot the ball. I mean, he was shooting 15 to 20 times against Milwaukee, and he was doing it against the Knicks for better or worse. So Gabe Vincent is not scared of the moment, and he will not shy away from his shot. And I said in our preview of the series, if the Heat want to win this series, you will need a good Gabe Vincent. He was wishy-washy against the Knicks. Very good, very bad. This series so far, it's only been good. Lights out from the field today. 11 for 14 from the field, 6 of 9 from 3, 29 points. Anytime the Celtics tried to push back on this Heat lead in the second half, there was Gabe Vincent hitting a deep three to just push that lead even further.
I think a big difference in this series, and there's a lot of things you can say about why the Celtics are down 3-0, but you've had role players on the Heat step up like Gabe Vincent, like Caleb Martin. You have not had that on Boston. You just haven't seen that. Malcolm Brogdon had no points tonight. Sixth man of the year had no points in this basketball game. 0 of 6 from the field. That just cannot happen. I mentioned the role players for Miami. Duncan Robinson, he had 22 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. Like you said, Miami runs on Duncan, man. He couldn't miss.
Yeah, when Duncan Robinson is good, it adds another level to this Heat team because you bring that level of shooting that you see on your screen right now off the bench. Him and Max Strus. Strus, a good shooter, but when Duncan's right and Max Strus is right, Duncan is top tier 1% in the NBA. Strus is good, but not on Duncan level when both are shooting at their best. But the one thing Max Strus does better is defend. But you remember that 5-year, $90 million contract Duncan Robinson got at the 2021 season, offseason, I should say, and he has not lived up to that contract, and he's been labeled as one of the worst contracts in the NBA since that big extension he got. Now, it is just inspiring to see him bounce back from barely being in the rotation, labeled as one of the worst contracts in the NBA, and now he is playing meaningful minutes, scored 15 against Boston in Game 2, had 8 points in the fourth quarter in that game to help give the Heat that win, and then now dropping 22 at home. He could not miss from 3 in the second half once again. And it's just a story of the role players for the Miami Heat side. We look at this. We've shown 3 players on screen for the Miami Heat. Gabe Vincent, Duncan Robinson, and Caleb Martin. And what have they done? They've combined for 69 points. Math is math in there. 18 from Caleb Martin, 22 from Duncan, and 29 from Gabe Vincent. That is unbelievable that those 3 guys combined for 69 points.
And you just mentioned that, those 3 guys combined for 69. No Celtic had more than 14 points. None. Tatum had 14. Brown had 12. Those were your top 2 scorers. Pritchard actually ended up with 12, as well as Grant Williams. But how does that happen? This was one of the biggest games of Jayson Tatum's career, Jaylen Brown's career. Jaylen Brown was 0 of 7 from 3. Tatum and Brown combined were 1 of 14 from 3. I mean, just an absolute embarrassment. And we'll get to more of my thoughts on the Celtics here in a second. But first, your thoughts on Jimmy Butler here.
Yeah, Jimmy just played this game how he saw it. He got doubled late in the second quarter, which really let that lead go from 22 to 15 at the half because that Heat offense got stagnant at the end of the first half. Jimmy he didn't have to dominate, though. When you have Gabe Vincent shooting like that, Caleb Martin shooting like that, and Duncan Robinson shooting like that, you don't need takeover Jimmy. And Jimmy has said it publicly that he doesn't even want to be the takeover Jimmy that we've seen against Milwaukee and New York because he thinks this Heat team is at its best when he draws the attention, and it allows wide open shots for Gabe Vincent, Duncan Robinson, Max Strus, and Caleb Martin. And it's done that to perfection. The Celtics have no answer for this Heat offense because if they leave Jimmy on isolation, Tatum can't guard him, Jaylen Brown can't guard him, Derek White can't guard him, Marcus Smart can't guard him, and we damn no sure Grant Williams can't guard him. So this Heat offense is giving massive issues to the Celtics. And I just want to give another shout out to another role player, Max Strus. Didn't have the best shooting game, but I think he played great defense, hit a couple timely 3-pointers in transition, and it just really helped this Heat team dominate this one basically from the start to the finish. This game was never in doubt for Miami.
The fact that Jimmy Butler had 16 and you won this game by 26 tells you about the depth that Miami has. And the Celtics just laid an egg defensively and really just laid an egg from start to finish in this game. I thought Robert Williams did a decent job defending Bam. Bam in terms of scoring, the worst game he's had in a while. 13 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Your thoughts on him pretty quickly.
Yeah. If I told you before the game, if I told you if you're a Celtics fan or a Heat fan, that Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo combined for 29 points in this game, you would have expected the Celtics to win this game by 30. And
Right.
the Heat won the game by 30. You get a combined 29 points from Bam and Jimmy, and you just won by 30. Credit to Gabe Vincent, Duncan Robinson, and Caleb Martin. Those three have been super players all postseason long. Duncan and Martin off the bench, Vincent starting as Kyle Lowry's been coming off the bench. But my goodness, how good have this Heat bench been? And I called it before the series that the Heat bench needed to be good, and they had more depth than the Celtics. Some of y'all called me crazy, and I'm going to continue to just let you guys know that I am right and I know ball.
Be sure to subscribe to both channels. We are closing in on 16,000 subscribers on Celtics. Heat Report just launched last week. They're trying to get to 700. So whatever channel you're watching this post-game recap on, be sure to hit that subscribe button below if you want all the best coverage here on YouTube on your favorite team. Shifting gears to the Celtics, Jayson Tatum, an absolute joke today. 14 points, 10 rebounds, 6 of 18 from the field, 1 of 7 from three-point range. Him and Brown, a combined 26 points, and Jaylen actually got off to a good start in this game. Jaylen started 4 of 6 from the field. Then he went 1 of 7. He finished with 12 points, 0 of 7 shooting the 3. So those two combined were 1 of 14 shooting the 3 ball today. The fact that they combined for 26 points in a must-win game, down 0-2 in Miami, really, you needed both of those guys to show up here if you're Boston. Neither of those guys showed up tonight.
Yeah, I'm really scratching my head here. I said it figuratively, I might do it like literally, because I have no clue what the two Jays are doing in this series. You talked about it just a second ago. The biggest game, I would argue, of their career. I mean, I know they were in the NBA Finals last year, but you come back, you run it back this year, you add Malcolm Brogdon, who won Sixth Man of the Year. We'll get to him in a second, but you have a better roster this year than you did last. So the expectations were high. You expect to get to the finals. Legacy's on the line after dropping 2 straight at home to the 8-seeded Miami Heat, and you come out and throw an absolute stinker. And the two Jays, the two superstars for the Celtics, combined for 26 points. Jayson Tatum, Jaylen Brown got outscored by Gabe Vincent alone. That cannot happen. And if you're a Celtics fan, you should be disgusted with how this team performed on the road and how these two Jays showed up in the biggest moment.
It was just embarrassing. Start to finish here if you're Boston. And Nick, I said in order to win this game, you had to come out. You had to set the tone early in this game. You're down 0-2. You're on the road. Must-win game, or the series is over and your season is over. Instead, the Celtics got down 8 at the end of the first, down 15 at the end of the second. They get down by as many as 31 in this game. You're just sick right now if you're a Celtics fan by the effort that this team showed tonight. They did not show up in this game when you had to show up. You know what? In the fourth quarter in Game 6, seeding on the line, they showed up against Philly. They showed up in Game 7. They did not show up tonight. It felt like they just already quit.
And we've already mentioned the two Jaylen Browns just being horrific and they looking disinterested out there at sometimes. The most alarming piece of this, and we've mentioned Malcolm Brogdon disappearing a bunch of times in our live stream, our Game 2 recap, and now our Game 3 recap. But look at these numbers on screen.
Unbelievable.
He won Sixth Man of the Year, and he had 0 points on 0-6 shooting. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Will. If you want to go back to the Game 2 stats, actually, I have them pulled up right here. But I believe Brogdon scored only 3 points in that game.
Yeah.
Malcolm Brogdon has been absolutely abysmal in this series, and it looks like he's lost all confidence with his jump shot.
So he scored 13 in Game 2, but he was 1 of 5 from 3. So last 2 games combined, he's 1 of 8 from 3. You're talking about the Sixth Man of the Year. You're talking about your most reliable three-point shooter, and in the last 2 games, he is 1 of 8 from 3. No points for Brogdon tonight. I thought Brogdon had to make a huge impact tonight in order for the Celtics to win. He didn't show up either, but it's not just on him. It's on this entire Celtics team, and I will say this, because I'm seeing a lot of it on Twitter. What does this mean for Joe Mazzulla? And coming into the series, I thought Mazzulla's job was safe. I thought he's done a pretty good job considering the circumstances, taking over unexpectedly for Ime Udoka at the start of the year, getting the 2 seed. Celtics were 2 seed last year, made the finals, getting them to the Eastern Conference Finals. But the way the series is gone, the way the series has played out, you got to wonder about Joe Mazzulla's job security if the Celtics might look to make a move, because we've seen some surprising coaching changes so far this offseason. Monty Williams fired in Phoenix. Mike Budenholzer fired in Milwaukee less than 2 years after winning a title. Doc Rivers, most recently, fired in Philadelphia. That not as much of a surprise, but still a notable name. That has been let go. Nick Nurse in Toronto was shocking. You got to wonder about Joe Mazzulla's job security, because if you have a championship window here for the Celtics and Jaylen Brown doesn't re-sign, that window's closing pretty quick. You got some notable names out there that are available in terms of coaching candidates. Do you look to move on? I'm going to say no, but it's certainly more of a possibility than it was at the start of this series.
I mean, it's absolutely a conversation. We'll circle this back to Game 4 and the rest of the series in a second. But on Mazzulla, you do have to think it's possible, because Eric Spoelstra, with a less talented roster, and there's no debating that. I know the Heat role players are shooting like they're the 15-16 Warriors right now, but there is no debate which roster is talented, and you're just seeing the difference between the best coach in the NBA with Eric Spoelstra and a probably average coach in Joe Mazzulla. And listen, I want to give Mazzulla some benefit of the doubt, because this is his first season coaching, and he was thrown into it 2 weeks before the season started because of the Ime Udoka situation. So I want to give him some slack. But you can just tell how bad he's getting out-coached right now. He got out-coached at times by Doc Rivers in the Eastern Conference semifinals. The Hawks even getting 2 games on Boston in the first round was a little bit of a joke as well. It's not a good look for Mazzulla. I think he stays just because he has to get the benefit of doubt of the situation he was put in, and it is his first year.
Right.
But I will say this, and you can agree with me or disagree. The only way I would feel confident if you're the Celtics moving on from Joe Mazzulla is if you were 1,000% confident you could get Nick Nurse. I think he's the only clear upgrade. You can argue
I think Monty Williams would be an upgrade.
You can argue Monty, but I'm not 100%
that's fair.
confident on that.
That's fair. I don't think they should fire him. It's just a conversation that we're going to hear because of the climate of the coaching changes right now. Who wins the series? I don't really have much question at this point. I'm sorry, Celtics fans. I think this series is a wrap, because no team in NBA history has come back from a 3-0 deficit based on what I saw from the Celtics today. It might be different if they had lost a close game, but they got absolutely blown out. If they didn't show up in this game, what makes you think they're going to show up next game down 3-0? I think the Heat win this series. I was optimistic after Game 1. I was still slightly optimistic after Game 2, just based on the talent on the Celtics team. They did not show up tonight. I don't expect them to show up in Game 4 either. Who wins the series? Type H for the Heat or C for the Celtics.
Yeah, closing thoughts here, Will. If the Celtics do want to come back, what do you think their keys to doing that for Game 4 will be? And I'll label them out for the Heat to close it out as well to finish the show.
Just play with energy. They did not play with enough energy tonight. It was a disappointing performance. I thought the only player that showed up was Robert Williams. I really did. He was the only player that I was impressed with tonight. Grant actually had a decent performance as well. So the 2 Williams, and that was about it. Play with energy. Obviously, Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown have got to be significantly better than they were tonight. Combining for 26 points in a must-win game on the road in the playoffs, Eastern Conference Finals, is an absolute joke. They got to go back to being the players that we know they're capable of being. If not, you can book those tickets to Cancun, because this series is over.
Yeah, and if you're the Heat, I think you just have to have the same mentality you had going into Game 3. You're up 2-0 after sweeping in Boston. You're feeling good about yourself, but you can't get complacent, and you have to act like you did in Game 3. I would say Game 4, must win. Why not act like it's a must-for game win? Because if you do lose that game, then you go back to Boston in Game 5, and if they win on their home court, now it's going to 6, and now there's some doubt raising up in Heat fans' mind. There's a lot of momentum on the Celtics side. So I want the Heat fans and the Heat players and coaches to still act like they're down 3-0. Act like they're fighting for their lives here in Game 4. Don't pick up your foot off the gas pedal. Keep pushing it down and pick up this win, and now you can have a week and a half rest, hopefully going into the NBA Finals. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but you do have to keep on acting like this series is tight, because if you act and you coast like you're up 3-0, things can switch in a hurry. So if I'm going to be a Heat fan and a Heat player, keep on working hard and act like you're down 3-0.
Ghostman 231. There's never been a sweep ever in NBA history, both conferences. Conference finals, never been a sweep?
I think he means both of them.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
Like both the West and East Conference Finals.
I mean, that's certainly looking like that right now. I know Lakers fans are like, oh, Mo Bamba's coming back. I don't think he's going to make that. He's a great player. I don't think that's going to make that big of a difference. $2 from Eli Ruiz.
Yeah, shout out to Eli.
Stand up. Eli, you know me. I'm all about 305, man. Shout out to y'all. South Florida sports is humming right now.
My goodness, can you imagine if the Florida Panthers win tomorrow night?
They're up 2-0.
Could you imagine if they
unbelievable.
win, though, and both South Florida teams are up 3-0?
Do you have a hockey team? You need to become a Panthers fan.
Maybe I become a Panthers fan. I'm not a big hockey guy. I like to joke around and tell people I'm a Detroit Red Wings fan because it's a random team that comes to mind. But maybe I will become a Florida Panthers fan.
By the way, Cohen, you won the raffle. If you're still watching, be sure to DM me on Twitter at WillScott44 so we can get your info at WillScott44 on Twitter. Nick, it was a pleasure. We'll be back on Tuesday night. Is that going to be the closeout game? We'll have to wait and see.
We'll have to see. I hope it is, because I would be lying to you guys. If the Heat lose Game 4, I'm going to be nervous going into Game 5, because I know that if the Celtics win Game 5, then it's like, they've got 2 games in a row, a lot of momentum. So I just would feel very better about myself, more secure, I should say,
right,
if the Heat are able to close it out in 4 at home. Plus, you have bragging rights on Celtics fans, telling them that we swept them as an 8 seed in the conference finals. That's just as much motivation as anything else. So,
we appreciate everyone watching. Great audience tonight. We will see you on Tuesday. Signing off on Chat Sports, Will Scott, Nic Rohloff. The Heat are up 3-0 in the Eastern Conference Finals.